Tyranny has sort of started to descend this staircase, this sort of servant's staircase in the behind the scenes. But Nayana, you're up. So you're looking at this roaring wall of fire, which has been doused with a big wall of water, and so you're seeing this billowing steam filling the room and obscuring your vision. You know that Orias ran through it and has sort of pushed his way through a pack of tomb dwarves. What do you want to do?
Nayana actually has 12 hit points. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, I know. Sorry. Yes, that was because of the quick thinking of Folly Emberlocke.
Yeah.
Throwing out a small heal there at the end.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So the monsters are guarding the door, correct?
So yeah, so to your north, you see a small hallway with a door, and through the door, you just see this pile of these dwarves that are all kind of trying to get out towards you that Orias has pushed through. So like it's a bunch of dwarves and then Orias behind it. And that's probably about as far as you can see with between the water and the fire and the steam and just the intense craziness in that door. That's probably sort of the limits of your vision.
I'm gonna take out my thorn whip.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go for the first dwarf I see.
Yeah, let's see it.
I'm gonna get like a little bit. Well, I'm like right here.
So that's in the wall of fire.
Oh yeah, I'm not right there. Like over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone's going off.
So 25 is a solid hit. You throw that thorn whip and you grab onto this tomb dwarf and you wrap around his leg and you feel like you have this really solid grab on him. Do you want to pull him 10 feet towards you?
Yeah. Could I actually swing him back and forth or no?
No, it's kind of like you've got a lasso on him and you can pull him towards you and then it kind of goes away.
Sure. As I'm pulling him towards me, can I actually throw him into the wall?
Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
So he's going to fly forward and take he would take 5d8 damage, but because of the water, the damage of the wall of fire is halved, right? So he takes 14 damage from the wall of fire, the steam burning and incineраting this undead flesh. But yeah, that's solid turn. This thing looks like it's falling apart in front of you here.
Cool. And then can I take, where am I? I was right here. I just wanted to step back a little bit.
So down the stairs.
Just like one step down, yeah.
Yeah, so the dwarf that you just pulled up into your face is going to take a swing at you when you do that.
Oh.
You can still do it. He's just going to swing at you.
Okay, fine.
It's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 8 slashing damage.
What the heck?
No!
Are you kidding? I'm gonna die.
You pulled him right up to your face, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to walk away. And he was like, well, I'm going to take my opportunities when I can get them. His attacks of opportunity.
I'm at 4 hit points now.
But you're down the stairs a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's like right next to me.
Yeah.
And if I had healing, I'd heal you. But right now, I'm just like fanning you.
So now the tomb dwarves go.
Uh-oh.
The first one is this one that's right up in your face here, and he's just gonna try to like get out of this fire, but he's gonna do it by pushing through Mortee's skeleton here. So he's gonna make his full round attack action against Mortee's skeleton. It's a 14 to hit. Does that hit your skeleton?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 slashing damage to him. And then he's going to follow it up with another one of these necrotic signs that you've seen these tomb dwarves perform. This is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And I need a constitution save from... Okay, so you pass the constitution save. So You take another 3 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And when he's unable to sort of like break through on that skeleton, he's unable to sort of get where he wants to get. He's actually going to step the other direction, which is going to let you take an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
He was hoping to kill your skeleton, but he didn't quite roll what he needed. So that's going to hit him for not a magical weapon, right? So you'll hit him for 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of positioning here as this guy. Everyone's trying to get out of this erupting wall of fire and steam. Meanwhile, Arias pushed through 3 tomb dwarves, which are all going to take full attacks on him now.
No chance.
No chance? Not going to happen?
I say that like Neo in the Matrix.
Got it. 23 to hit.
That hits.
I'm going to do all the axes first and then all the signs after. You have a 23 to hit, a 17 to hit,
Does not hit.
and these 2 will step up so they can flank, and a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
So it's going to be a total of 11 slashing damage. You're probably raging.
Okay.
What are the numbers, the individuals?
Yeah.
The first one was 3 and the second one was 8.
So 5 either way.
Oh, I see. Because it could divide down better.
Yeah.
So yes. Yeah. So you take 5 slashing damage, and then there's these 3 necrotic signs that they make with their hands: a 9 to hit, an 18 to hit, and a 21 to hit.
The 21 hits.
So that's going to be 5 necrotic damage, and I need a Constitution save.
On con. Can I do anything to make this better for me? No. All right.
14 is fine. So you feel that like this is like that you drain some of your life energy, right? And that's what the necrotic damage is. But you think that if you had failed the save, that that the effects may have been more permanent.
Oh, that's not good.
You feel like you're able to kind of shake it off, but you take a bunch of damage from these guys that are trying to get through. But otherwise, they kind of hold their ground in here and try to make life difficult for you. And now it is Wither's turn. And Withers,
Does he need a hug?
he might need a hug. Withers does not have a lot of hit points.
Let's kill him with kindness.
I think that what Withers is going to do is I mean, I think Withers is going to be a little bit more confident here. I think he's going to step forward back out into the open. You can see him now, and he's going to turn and point at Arias, and he's going to cast Blight. So I need a Constitution saving throw from Arias. He's used 10 feet of his movement.
Withers step back out and throw an attack at Chad.
Okay, so 13. Withers is going to require a spell save DC of 13. You'll take half of 37, which is going to be... What is that, 18?
Yeah, 18. Okay.
18 necrotic damage. So he's used 10 feet of his movement as a... What is this? As a bonus action, he's going to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself, giving him a total of 60 feet of movement speed, so he moves 50 feet this way. He runs. When his blight doesn't just destroy you, he expects you to just drop. And when that doesn't happen, he just casts Expeditious Retreat on himself and starts to run. And now, Tyranny, you're halfway down the stairs.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what you see down here? Do you want to come back up?
Well, I feel like I was still able to watch the fight from where I was.
Yeah, probably. You're probably just a couple steps down.
Do you think that I could shoot a bow at Withers?
Well, Withers sort of didn't stay in your line of sight long enough for you to do that, especially with you can't see through there because of all the steam and fire and smoke. But in general, if you want to be ready for something to happen quickly and react to it, you have to tell me on your previous turn, right? You have to say, I want to ready in action to shoot my bow if I see him.
Okay.
Otherwise, like they're moving, you're not paying attention, right? Unless you tell me.
Right. Yeah. Okay, then there's no trolls around me either, right?
No, you're relatively safe in the back here, surrounded by your good buddies, skeleton friends. You could probably, if you like do some monk stuff and go up this wall, you might be able to get around and hit this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's near you, but there is a wall between you, so you'd have to like run up the stairs and around that pillar.
I guess I'll look down and see what's down there, just in case it's safe. Then I'll be able to tell everyone to come down.
Yeah. So what you see as you start to look down, I'll where are you? You are this one. So you should have been moved to another map, right?
Yeah.
And so you see that the staircase continues. You think you're on the third level at this point, and you can see a door. And then when you go even further, on the fourth level, there's a little hallway that leads us off to the left. But past that, like that's too much movement for you to just kind of do and still be in the fight, right?
Right. So I can basically see the stairs and a door.
Yeah, the stairs and a door, and then there's another level down below that where there's a little pathway off of it. But yeah.
All right. There's not much I can do. There's no like blood or bones or anything.
No.
All right. So it looks relatively safe.
Yeah, there's a door, and it's a door that has, like you've seen them before in this area. You think it might be one of these secret doors, but you're looking at the back of it, so it's like got a handle on it. It's really obvious from this side.
Okay. Guys, we should try and go this way. Hurry up, Orias, and kill those trolls.
Cool. So you're not trying to throw yourself back in the fight. You're kind of hanging.
Well, I guess
you could try to get around here, and I could give you like an acrobatics check to try to stay out of the fire as you come around and try to take out this weak one that's beating up Nayana. Nayana's at 4 hit points.
Yeah. Let me do that so that Nayana doesn't.
So let me say acrobatics check. So you're going to basically run along this pillar and try to keep yourself away from this wall of fire, right?
Yeah. Acrobatics. Dun 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 dun.
Let's see it. That's very high.
Okay.
So you're able to fly, like basically, like you barely touch the ground as you swing around this central pillar, and you come down on this tomb dwarf that's attacking Nayana. How are you gonna hit him?
Bookmark him in the throat.
Let's see it. This might be a one and done. Bookmark. 16 is gonna hit him.
Okay, I'll do that again.
Yeah, I see some damage. Both those are gonna hit.
Hacha.
Yeah, with those two attacks, you're able to put 2 good slashes into him. This magic weapon cuts through him with no issues, and then he falls over.
Filleted tomb dwarf.
And then I think that's probably about it for you. There's no one else for you to hit in melee range. Okay. So unless you're going to run through the fire, you can.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I did my 2, so then I don't have a bow and arrow. It has to be unarmed.
Yeah, exactly. Your bonus actions have to be unarmed.
Okay, I'm done now.
Cool. So Folly, you're up. You're at the base of the stairs.
I think Mortee's in there. I was trying to fix my token. My HP is not.
You did a bad thing.
Yeah, so I'm trying to look back to what my initiative is. It's real low. It's 5 or 0. I don't know. I don't know.
5. Let's say 5. It doesn't matter. 5 and 0 move at the same place in here. So I see. So you would be after Tyranny. So it would be like this. Cool. Okay. So then Mortee, what do you want to do?
So Mortee is going to like that. The pillar that's like there is like it's solid there in that spot. You can't. All right.
Exactly.
And the flame is
the yellow line was the flame, and then the blue line was the wall of water, and then I just drew some steam and crap. Oh no, that's a fucking storm sphere, isn't it?
Yes.
So okay, Nayana, cast it. I think I gave Nayana an extra turn.
Yeah, you.
Oh my god, I totally forgot.
To bonus cast.
No, I think that she did that. I think that was the very last thing that happened, and I didn't advance initiative. I think I gave her a free turn.
Oh.
Because she went first this time, but I think that was the very last thing that happened. So
I don't remember casting the storm sphere though. Did I?
You did, yeah, you totally did.
Oh crud.
So this is even more fucked in there than I was describing it. It is just a tempest of fire and steam and storm and lightning. And Orias is in the middle of it.
Wait, did what's his name get more damage because of the storm sphere? Withers?
Not Withers.
Not in the storm sphere.
Dang. Okay.
I have a little picture on the map of who's in the storm sphere.
Well, the guys who all end their turn there, 2d6.
Is that how it works? 2d6 on the end of turn.
Strength save or 2d6.
Okay.
Against her DC.
What is her DC?
How do I get that?
1 passes, 2 fails. It's fine. 2d6.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the stuff in the air. There's just this swirling mass of all these workshop tools and stuff, just slamming into everybody inside that mess. Can I get a perception check from Orias with disadvantage? I think in that storm.
Plus advantage.
Plus advantage. That's the opposite. 11. Okay, so you see a lot of stuff flying by. One of these things that's like flying around in this storm that you're in the middle of seems to be glowing.
Oh. Shoot.
And Mortee, now it's still your turn. What are you doing, Mortee?
It seems to be what?
Glowing. Like one of these, you can't see it probably from where you are, but like swirling in this storm is like all this stuff from on the bench, right? It's like there's like nails and a hammer and a wrench and all these different like vials. Everything's flying around in this crazy storm that Nayana made. One of those objects seems to be glowing with a blue glow. But visibility is poor.
Yeah. Mortee is actually just took a little bit of a beating from that book, so not seeing any immediate danger to himself, he's gonna false life.
Sure.
At third level, so 17.
Great. Anything else?
Move up to Tyranny and yeah, probably just try and peer into the storm, like, yeah. But definitely not going in there
for sure. So I'll take a perception check with disadvantage from you as well. But it's a mess in there.
Yeah.
Folly will be up next, Yeah, 10. You see a glowing thing. It's just something alright. So. Folly, how are you handling this? Oh, interesting. Who are you targeting? They're dwarves. They're dwarves. They're undead dwarves. Okay. What's your wisdom save DC? Sorry, what's your save DC? Okay, all 3 fail. Oh, sorry. If you or your companions are fighting a creature, it has advantage on the save. So sorry, I need to roll a couple more dice. 2 fail. 3 fail. All 3 fail.
Nice.
Yeah, they just hear this music, right? This, and they're so they let's see. On a failed save, target has disadvantage on wisdom perception checks to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends. Hey, okay. But no, that's okay. So that's interesting. That might be good here. They definitely, all 3 of them kind of like turn towards the source of this eerie sound. Anything else from you?
I have water though.
Tyranny looked downstairs a little bit. She says there's a door on the 3rd level and there's a passageway on the 4th level, and the stairs continue further than that even. Yeah. Okay. So, Orias, you're in the middle of this storm and you're just taking blows from these tomb dwarves, and then very suddenly they just all kind of turn away from you.
Wow.
And you hear the music that they hear as well, but you don't think it's that good.
Guys, I hear this all the time. This is not that exciting. Should I bolt after Withers then? I feel like if I saw him running quickly, I probably wouldn't try to chase.
Yeah, it's up to you. There's 3 tomb dwarves around you. And you're standing in a storm sphere that will damage you if you end your turn.
What? No, it won't.
Oh, it won't?
I don't think. Oh, you're right. I can pass the strength save, but I have advantage on that. So
Yeah, you probably would be fine.
no worries. Do any of these guys look injured?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're all injured to certain extents. The one to the left of you looks fairly healthy. The one to the right of you looks bloodied, and the one to the south of you looks a little more bloodied.
All right, I'm gonna start with the south.
Let's see it.
I have my trident out, right?
Or your staff, whichever you'd like.
My trident. I don't need to turn more goaty.
Don't need to turn more goaty. Let's see some attacks. They're going for 14s in this situation.
So that's 15 damage.
Kills him.
All right, then I'm gonna use the momentum from that swing to uppercut the guy to my right.
Yep, comes right around. Second attack. That hits.
12.
12 doesn't kill him, but yeah, good.
And a bonus action attack too.
Okay. 17 hits him, and that kills him.
Damage.
So you chew through these guys. Did they move right after you? They were at a 15 initiative, right? They went after. Yes. I accidentally deleted my initiative, bro.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Nothing. That's good. I fixed it. So, okay. So Arias, that's what happens there. Nayana, you're up. Now you can use your storm thing to bonus action to lightning bolt this tomb dwarf.
Yeah, I'm definitely
You gotta do a strength save, huh?
Who does? You do. You ended your turn there. Yes, strength save or 2d6 damage. You're good.
The tomb dwarf is next to Arias, and that's the only one alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use my bonus action then.
Sure. How much damage does that do?
I don't remember. Was it?
It probably gets a dex save, I'd guess.
How do I? I'm sorry. I know I should get this by now, but how do I figure that out?
Just read the spell. I mean, I just say on the spell.
Okay.
What were you trying to do?
Bonus action, the lightning thing.
How much damage does it do?
I'm pulling it up.
It does 4d6 lightning damage. You make a ranged spell attack, so you'll have to show me a d20 plus whatever your spell modifier is, and if it hits, you do 4d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
If you click the spell in your
Yeah.
like attacks, that should do it.
Maybe but it's like a bonus action on Storm Sphere though. The Storm Sphere doesn't attack normally.
No,
It might be in there. I don't know, but you can just roll a Thorn Whip, and if you hit, then show me 4d6 damage.
If I go to the front and then I
Just click on one of your. Yeah, just one of your.
Any of your spells is fine. Thorn Whip's fine.
Cast. I think it's second level that I have.
Yeah, just anything.
So that's a heal. So that's not going to show me an attack roll. Any sort of damage spell.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Also not an attack roll.
What?
just do Thorn Whip.
What is happening right now? I'm failing.
Isn't Flaming Spear an attack?
It's an attack if you use the English words, what attack means. But attack rolls attack armor class, and Flaming Sphere is a spell save DC. So it's like something you have to dodge out of the way of.
What about Thorn Whip?
Thorn Whip is great. So it looks like the first one that came out was a 17, which hits. 15 also would hit. So now I need 4d6 damage. There we go. 9 damage. So you clench your fist, and the storm itself, arcs with lightning, and it crosses through this tomb dwarf and nails him for 9 damage. That's just your bonus action. What are you doing with your action? You guys are all muted, so.
Am I
Sorry.
muted?
Sorry.
Okay. I'm only down like one step. Am I close enough to get that dwarf with my Thorn Whip?
If you run up the stairs, you might be able to get that angle. Yeah.
All right, I'll do
But,
that.
well, I don't know, because look at the places that you could stand. You can't stand in Folly. You can't stand in the skeleton, and then the next step forward is in the middle of the firewall. So if you want to stand in the fire, you could do it.
Yeah, I don't want to. The one that's with my Thorn Whip, right? Or the guy that's right here. I wouldn't be able to. Okay.
You're not even down the stairs, though. You're not. Yeah, but still, I don't see how you could get line of sight on this guy. It's a crowded little hallway.
Do I still have any of my panthers alive? No, huh?
No.
Okay.
I don't know when the last time you made panthers was. Long
Apes.
time ago. Apes. Was it here? Oh yeah, they all got murdered by the firewall. Yes, they're all dead.
Yeah, apes down.
Yeah, I only have one spell left, and that's a healing spell, and I guess that's my action.
Heal yourself.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you heal yourself.
Yeah.
This last tomb dwarf is going to try. He's going to try to figure out what's hitting him and why are his friends dying. So he makes a disadvantaged wisdom save or wisdom, perception check. He rolls a 3, and he just can't. Like, Orias is right there, and he just can't see him. He takes a step forward towards Tyranny. Withers does some stuff off camera.
Ew.
Tyranny's turn.
Okay. And I pull out my bow and arrow and shoot that guy in the eyeball.
Let's see it. That's gonna hit.
And
Yep.
do it again.
13 doesn't hit.
Oh. Lame.
So you fire off into the mist. Yeah, I mean you can go in there if you want, but you gotta go through a wall of fire. No?
No, but I would like to have my bow ready if I see withers.
Whoa, wait. This is a dex save, right?
What's the deck save?
Yeah.
Wall of fire.
Yeah. Does she have evasion?
Yeah, she does.
So it might be worth it. So if you pass your dex save, you're very, very fast. And if you pass your dex save, you will take no damage from this fire. But if you fail the dex save, you will take half the normal damage. And and the fire is already cooled by Orias's water. It might be worth it to you to get up there and melee him.
He's the last dude.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me see that dex save.
Okay. But then if I do this, then Withers is gonna pop out, then he's gonna stab me, and then I'm gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
It's okay. We'll warn you.
Thanks.
15's good enough. So you take no damage passing through the wall of fire.
Gotcha! And meet my little friend,
You get advantage on your attacks.
Actually, you're not going to be able to bookmark. You're going to have to.
Why?
Your bonus action attacks always have to be unarmed.
Bookmark is like part of me now.
It's like that.
Acha! Acha! Oh.
It's okay. The first one hit because you rolled the 28.
Wait, it's advantage. It's advantage.
Oh, it's advantage. So the first one is going to hit. So and then the second one, give me one more roll.
Okay.
That's damage.
Yeah. But give me one more attack roll.
Oh, one more attack. All right. Acha!
Good. That's plenty. I see it all. I see the damage. I see it all. It is plenty to kill this creature.
Nice.
And as as these tomb dwarves die, probably Nayana lowers her storm sphere. She drops concentration on the storm sphere.
Is Withers
Probably.
not around?
No.
Withers has run up the upstairs. You don't know where he is.
Doing stuff off camera.
Yep.
That's dirty.
But yeah, unless you guys want to stay in initiative to sort of give chase here, the wall of fire stays up. The storm sphere comes down, and we can break initiative if you'd like.
Yeah. I wish we could find Withers and kill him. That would put me more at ease.
Yeah, same.
So if you guys hang out for a little bit, after a 1 minute, both the wall of fire and the wall of water will dissipate.
Sounds good to me.
So the spells come down, and you see up in front of you here, you see a workshop. You see old wooden benches and shelves along the walls of this chamber that's covered with gears, chains, trap components, and cages filled with rats. Lit iron braziers hang from chains on the ceiling. And along the north wall, a stepped dais is set with a bulky contraption, an iron maiden of sorts, attached to a network of steaming pistons, tubes, and bubbling vats of blood. 5 masked dwarves were in here. They're dead now.
What about the blood?
So at the far end of the hall of the workshop is like, it looks like an Iron Maiden. Like it looks like one of those like person shaped
Right.
iron chests, right? And attached to it are all kinds of alchemical vats and a bubbling tank of blood and green gases that are all just connected by little clear tubes leading into the Iron Maiden and then into vats sitting next to it. And there's a whole bunch of stuff all scattered all over the room because of the storm sphere.
What about that glowing piece?
Yeah, you want to take a look for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see investigation or perception, or I don't know what you're good at. One of these, like, show me that you're looking around. Yeah, you immediately go looking for this thing, and you do find it. You find it, and it's a golden lantern, and it's a golden lantern that glows with a blue light. And as you get closer and you look at it, there is an elf inside in this glowing faint blue, like the light seems to come from her ghostly form. There's an elf just sort of in the lantern, and the lantern has like flown all the way around and has landed on its side, and she's like sitting on her butt in the lantern, like she's aligned with gravity, right? So she's on her, like the lantern's on her side, and she looks like she like was banged up around as the lantern flew around in the air, but she's kind of slowly standing and kind of like holding her head as she started standing up in this sideways lantern when you find it.
Only hi.
Let me see.
Does she look like Tinkerbell?
Not exactly. Hold on. I am reading very quickly.
Maybe like Tinkerbell's friends.
Cool. So when you sort of pick up the item, she slips down the side of the thing and then stands up like oriented correctly. And she says, "Hello, is there someone out there?" Yes. Oh, you're picking her up, right? And she goes, "Yes, hi, I don't remember my name. They called me the Starfallen."
The Starfallen. What do you remember?
It gets harder each day. I traveled for some time with the Bargain Brawlers. I think that's what they called themselves. They said that they were going to bring me back, that they were going to save me. I don't remember from what.
All right. A little elf.
Mm-hmm. And also, in addition to this elf that is talking to you from inside the lantern, you think the lantern itself is a wondrous item, and could be attuned to get some minor benefits from it. That looks like this. You gotta tell me who's attuning to it, but that looks like that. While holding the lantern, you can command the spirit as a bonus action, shed some light. You can basically get mage hand, and if you fall unconscious, she'll come out and stabilize you immediately.
Nayana immediately sees this and says, "Wongo, what do you know about this?"
Well, Wongo would probably be like, "It seems useful. She seems useful. She can make light. She could probably make sure that we don't die. That's good. I don't know why you'd really let her out. Why would you let her out? Why were they going to let her out?"
But have you heard of the one that's called Starfallen or?
No, I don't. Never heard of that.
Oh, I guess we don't have to let her out. You're right.
She seems helpful to me.
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm talking to Wongo.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm possessed by that evil spirit guy.
Right. And there's a reason she's stuck. They don't want her out. So I think we should let her out.
So if I don't think I gave a handout, but when you read Caius's notes, when you found Caius's dead body, it does mention the Starfallen, and I can jog your memory if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His message says, "To those who find this, know that I, Caius, am the last surviving member of the Bargain Brawlers. We were down in here. We were separated. It seems the Sararak has won. Alas, we are to become food for his phylactery. Our company was separated after the incident with the four-armed gargoyle. The Tomb Guardians tore Devi to pieces. And with her, we lost the Starfallen. Our quest was a failure. Even if we'd found the Eye of Zaltek, the elf princess was gone. My friends wouldn't have lasted long without their weapons, especially with a doppelganger in our midst. Of course, I kept my staff. I'm sure Red would have seen some humor in that. Gentle reader, let a dying man give you one piece of advice. A Sararak is a trickster who desires nothing but your soul. His riddles may help you, but in the end, his final secret always leads to your doom."
So maybe we should just use her and then release her at the end.
yeah.
Because if we just dispel her, then it's in peace. But it sounds like if we fall unconscious, we should probably use her.
Nayana's like, yeah, we should use her.
Do you want to grab it?
You want me with Wongo to grab it? Sure. I would love to grab it.
Sure. Hey, you pick it up. And she looks at you and she says, "Oh, an elf. You're a wood elf. I think I was a moon elf. Do I look like a moon elf?" She's like looking at her own hands. She looks like a moon elf to you.
Well,
She can do mage hand for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, she's fine.
just make sure to fall unconscious next to Nayana. So that she'll come out.
I think it'll only do that effect for Nayana.
Yeah.
If you fall in.
Well, it says,
Yeah.
well, it says within 10 feet of the lantern.
I think that means like
When it said, yeah, you here is the person attuned to the.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. So it can't work for the party.
No, it's just for
Like,
the person.
just table talk, I'm just saying, I don't know if it's good for Nayana to have that with Wongo.
I mean it's not like terribly powerful. It's like only you kill us in one turn. So
I know. But my heart melts for her, and I can't because I have Wongo.
Yeah, well, do something about that, I guess.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, either you carry it or I can carry it.
Well, being Nayana possessed by Wongo, she's going to be selfish and be like, "It's mine, thanks."
grab it.
Cool. Yeah, you have the ghost lantern, and inside is a moon elf known as that only seems to remember her own name as the Starfallen.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay, guy. Other than that, you think that you could like get through the equipment here, like just like the stuff that they have on the tables and stuff. You could get like a set of thieves' tools, a dungeoneer's pack. There's rope.
Nayana's like determined to find Withers though, because she's angry and reckless, and she just wants to kill him.
You see that there's all sorts of little miniature traps and like a like a poison gas release mechanism one of the dwarves was working on, and that it's attached to a rat cage, and there's a couple dead rats in the cage.
That's sad. Is there any way we can sabotage the like mix and unhook the blood bubbling thing at the end?
I'm gonna take a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walk up to it, as you walk up to it, the contraption just shudders and shakes, and it swings open right in front of you, and there's a hissing cloud of steam. And through this roiling vapor, you see an armored figure wearing a bucket helm, very similar to the flesh golem that you fought before, the one that pulled itself out of the fountain. Except this one clearly looks like it was put together. It was probably female in life, and it was put together from pieces of this female barbarian that and has this like enormous two-handed axe, and it just immediately opens the thing and it takes a swing at you with this axe. It's got like part of the clothing that it has under the plate mail. You can see there's a banner that has sort of the similar markings to Caius's Bargain Brawlers tag.
I was just gonna ask, was there a female barbarian in the other group?
Yeah, and she just comes out of here swinging. We can use the same initiative. We'll just put it
Okay, let me go
out
over
of here.
Bad.
But there's nothing like outside of this thing that you could just like unhook and like put bubbles and stuff like that. Like,
So as soon as you get close, like it jumps out. Now that after the fight, you might be able to sabotage the thing. Yeah.
okay.
You think you could mess it up just by hitting the stuff, but there was something in here ready to jump out at you right now.
Okay.
You don't think there's a soul in there, right? Like that creature is now dead, the female barbarian. What?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. It would be an Arcana check to learn something about constructs.
Okay.
It's gonna swing twice at Tyranny though, as its sort of surprise round.
Arcana.
One hit, one. That's no swing at Tyranny. One hit, one miss. The hit is gonna be 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As it comes out with this, it's got this this big two-handed axe and it's swinging at you. Not super. It's not using the axe quite correctly. It's like hitting you with the side of it, but it's still this impossible strength, 14 bludgeoning damage.
Chad. My thing that's coming out at the end here, like the goblin, tunnel goblin.
Can Nayana talk to it? Can Nayana go, wait, who are you?
Absolutely. It turns its attention to you for a second and then straight back to Tyranny. Doesn't say anything. What?
And can we tell if it has a soul or if?
Yeah. So your read on this as someone. So I'm trying to like spin Arcana through the lens of a druid, right? There's like if someone built a clockwork bird, right? If someone made something that looked like a bird but was made out of metal and gears, right? That would be interesting to you, but it would be ultimately meaningless. Like this thing it doesn't really exist, right? And when you look at this creature, it's like that clockwork bird was built inside of a bird. It doesn't make it alive because it has the skin of a bird around it.
Like a robot. Alright, do I get to attack it?
Yeah. Wait, yes. It was it was 4. So that puts actually Folly would be up first. So everyone's kind of watching. Hold on. How do I want to roll this? I guess everybody in the room is surprised except for you. So yes, you would get to attack. Because you were walking up to it, and when the door swings open, like you're not surprised, even if it is surprising. Let me see your attacks. How do you want to contend with this creature?
What did we figure out last time? It didn't like fire?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
no fire for it.
Well, it says I still have firebolt on my thing, but I don't think I do.
I think you have no. Besides, honestly, like just numbers wise, even if you did know Firebolt, you would rather hit him.
Okay. Can I bookmark it?
Yep.
I also have an anti-surprise thing. That's gonna matter.
Oh, absolutely, it would. So your initiative is actually before hers, but let's give you a turn after this. Yeah, both those hit. Let me see damage on both those. So 19 damage to start with. So it comes at you swinging this big axe, and you're quickly, like, you get hit, dodge the second attack that it makes, and then you're quickly getting in there with 2 stabs. You want to do your unarmed attacks as well?
Yeah. Let's see.
Make sure that when you do the 2 unarmed attacks, you're spending key.
Spending key?
It takes 1 key point to get your 2 unarmed attacks. You can get 1 for free. But if you want 2.
Okay.
13 doesn't hit him, 16 doesn't hit him.
Oh, all right.
So it's just these thick iron plates that cover this creature just in your way.
Yeah.
Arias, yeah, you just this sixth sense that you have, you are not surprised per se, so long as the first thing you do is rage. I believe that's the answer.
It is. Sorry, Mortee and Ollie.
So good. So into it.
How much damage is it?
3.
Do you just auto take it, or do you ever resist?
You just auto take it. It's fire. If you're resistant to fire in some way, you can do something about it, but
Alright. I have to
It bounces off my shield.
you have to dash.
Yeah.
You can throw something.
Yeah. I'll throw something.
So there's plenty of objects all around here, right? Do you have something in mind? Do you have a weapon?
I've got a throwing trident.
Cool. So throw that.
Hacha!
18 hits him.
I don't know why it's doing it. Manage.
So you throw that into him, and you see it dents his armor, and then kind of bounces off. It's not having the damage that you were. You were wishing this was a magical weapon.
That's true.
But you're throwing another one, right?
Yeah.
Didn't it
Yeah,
get really
that is.
hurt with rage, Chad?
Huh?
Don't you get really? Didn't you? When you raged last time on the last guy, he didn't like fire or something that you did.
That's true.
Yeah. It is true, but I had to rage on Mortee and follow it.
Yeah, you had to. But yeah, the 24 hits. How much damage is that? So yeah, another 4 damage. You plink him with them, right?
How does the rage add-on go? Is it also halved?
Oh yeah, probably. It's probably physical damage. So you're right. So that would be 2 more damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got 2 tridents stuck in him now. He doesn't seem to care that much, but they're out there. So now it rolls around to the next set of turns, which will start with Folly.
So
Yeah.
you look good. You're welcome.
Did I take damage?
Sure. Go ahead.
Wow.
Non-magical though, right?
Yeah.
So he takes 5 damage. Anything else? You can only get 1 attack, huh? Yeah. Cool. Orias, your regular turn now.
You thought that hurt. Huzzah! And I run over here
Mm-hmm.
and a rage.
Yep. So Tyranny takes 3, and this thing takes 3,
Horrible.
and he does not like it. She just roars and starts to bring that axe around in big sweeping arcs.
Okay. Pacha!
15 does not hit.
Pacha!
18 does.
18
So
damage.
that's 18 damage. A solid hit that just like cleaves through this, flesh that's been sewn together and stitched up. Yeah, you do some major damage to it.
Sucko. And I say, Tyranny, I just thought you felt left out.
Thank you.
It's Nayana's turn. You're holding this lantern, and she reaches out like to the edge of the lantern towards this tomb guardian, this abomination, and she goes, "No, they got her."
Nayana's like, I know this is gonna hurt you, but we're not killing her. We're killing the creature that they created, who wants to hurt us.
She kind of holds her hand over her mouth and looks down.
I'm gonna produce flame, and I'm gonna.
You like throw it or something?
Yeah. I'm running out of. I'm like seriously out of. Sorry. Wait. Why did I do that? I was also thinking of doing magic stone, but that's not gonna do anything. I'm out of spells.
Yeah. So all your cantrips, you can keep using cantrips for as long as you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because
Sure.
I was thinking of doing thunderclap, but I've never used that before.
Thunderclap hits everyone in a circle around you, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that. Okay, I'm gonna produce my flame and throw it at this thing.
Sure. I don't know. Does that do damage or what does that do?
It.
Just click on it, not the gear.
Not the gear. Did it?
Looks like it's 2d8 damage with an attack roll. Yes, 26 hits, and that's a lot of damage. You strike, you make this roiling flame in your hand, and you throw it, and it strikes this creature and knocks it back into this Iron Maiden device that it has, where it just sizzles and burns. It's not good.
And then I kind of whispered to Starfallen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she just continues to look at the ground.
Rude.
Tyranny. Finish this thing, Tyranny.
Alrighty. Bookmark it.
No, don't finish it, Tyranny. Don't finish it. Let me finish it.
Where you want to resurrect it?
No, I just get hit points back. Like health
Yeah.
thing.
That's a hit. Look at these big numbers. 13 doesn't hit, though. So one of those hits. 10 damage. And then your unarmed strikes if you want them. You get one for free. If you want two, you have to pay a key.
Well, it doesn't seem to do much damage, so
14 doesn't hit anyways.
yeah.
So, yeah. So you stab it. Like it's fallen back into this Iron Maiden, and you dig a dagger into it. It looks pretty weak. And Mortee's up.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ramp up Chromatic Orb to 2.
Sure. What color?
Red.
Okay. 22 hits.
Nice.
It did not give me the option to ramp it up, but I don't remember what ramp it is.
Probably an extra die is usually how it is. So roll the look at the damage and see what it does. 13 is just enough, so don't worry about it too much.
For sure.
It had 13 hit points.
Oh, and it was double, right?
Actually, you're not doing double damage with the fire. It does not have vulnerability to fire. It has aversion to fire, giving it disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until its next turn if it takes fire damage.
Ah.
But yeah, so you punch straight through it. You don't think the fire is doing more damage than any other attack would, but it hates it.
Yeah.
Like it's afraid of it. But yeah, she collapses back into the Iron Maiden and drops this massive two-handed axe.
Oh, that was a construct, wasn't it?
Yes.
Damn it.
That was a construct.
Oh.
Oh.
It was either that or undead. Either way. It was not
Yeah.
But no, it is a construct. Okay, guys. That's that. Nice job.
Sabotage. Yeah, I think we should lock the doors and rest.
Take a nap. I'm down.
Yeah, we desperately need it. I need my spell back.
Can
That
I
works. That's a really
sabotage
good idea.
that stuff now?
Can you what?
Sabotage that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's got all kinds of different vats and stuff, and you look at it and you think some of them would be dangerous to kind of break open and let out into the air, but other ones aren't. So you can definitely like cause some damage to this apparatus
Yeah,
while you're over here
be able to make more anytime.
without endangering yourself.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you tear it apart.
Alright, shall we rest?
Yeah, well, I mean, what does that look like? How do you rest in a place like this?
Wait, what did you see down the stairs?
A door.
Yeah, so you're on level 2 right now. At level 3, she saw a door. At level 4, she saw a passage, and then it continued down even lower than that.
Hmm.
You want to rest first?
I mean, what do we see at the are these stairs to the left?
Yeah, so those stairs seem to go up to the top level, the level 1, and they end in what is obviously on this side a door, but you feel like you would have seen it if it was a door on the other side. It must be a secret door.
Ah. Which means he's somewhere out in the tomb. I'll walk up there.
You want to walk up there?
Yeah.
The door that...
Be careful, like looking for traps and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The door was left ajar. And you see that it comes up here.
Oh.
That won't load on my screen.
It's right. It's like on the pathway between
The
north-
magnet, yeah.
Yeah. The first room.
Oh boy.
That sucks.
Do you want to run around up here, or?
No.
Honestly,
Been
we
down
don't
there.
have enough resources. Like, I think we should get rest.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we were
Damage pretty bad, but he could run away from us. Is the thing.
So,
I thought we almost killed him.
You did
Yeah.
almost kill him. You think so, anyways.
yeah.
Just can move 90 feet a turn right now. That's true. I'm pretty tired. This is the first time I've been out of rages.
So as we come back down, or go to close that door, I want to put like a little piece of paper or something in it, just so that the next time we look at it, if it's not there, it's been opened.
Sure. So you're talking about the secret door up there?
Yeah.
Yep, sure. Where are you guys planning on camping out?
Do you guys feel like we could camp out in the build area? Or the tomb elves, or do you think that's too obvious?
I feel like that we should use the secret area to our advantage.
Yeah.
I think he'll go back to his office.
Well, yeah, I mean, but maybe not right away. He knows that we're here.
What a coward. He said he wanted to kill us, and then he runs away.
Yeah, but he was almost dead.
Stupid.
Yeah, slightly different.
Not so tough now, huh, Withers? I'm gonna be the first to die.
Are we proposing a long or a short rest?
I propose a long, but
I need a long rest. It's rough. I've got 4 hit points left.
Mortee has actually been doing decent, but it sounds like everyone
I think
else.
both Mortee and Nayana do get something back on a short rest, right?
Yeah.
Some, but I'm completely out. I have 0 spell slots left.
Yeah. Well, you get half your level, so.
Yep.
At 8.
I just want to hear how many hours and where you're spending them.
I would prefer long.
Well, okay, so if we're gonna do a long, like I'm okay with a long, and because I will get a much bigger army, I'll be able to raise all these tomb dwarves killed and spend the rest of my slots keeping the rest of my boys up, and then get everything back on a long rest. And how many hours? It was dawn not too long ago, though, wasn't it? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true. So you can only benefit from one long rest every 24 hours.
How
So
many
you-
hours is?
I don't know. I'd think about it. You guys last long rested when you were up in. But you've done a bunch. You've explored a bunch of rooms. What?
We explored the other tomb for a long time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
I think you guys. Yeah, I think you guys probably spent most of a day. You know, it might be a 10 or an 11-hour rest instead of an 8. But I think that, like, you can long rest. Yeah, yeah. I think that's fair.
okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So you picked up Wither's spellbook, right?
Yeah.
So there is some interesting notes in here about the tomb dwarves in particular, and you think that for the sort of budget of 4 of your normal undead, you could bring one of these tomb dwarves up as is.
Ooh.
Otherwise, you can use the bodies to make regular skeletons if you'd like.
Budget of 4. So that's like 4 spell slot. But we have enough time to short and then long, right?
Yeah. I mean, how much time do you have? You have 2 minutes before Withers comes back and kills you all, so.
Thanks for the heads up.
I think that we should bar the doors. We should hang out for an hour, setting up and short rest, so that I can get 2 level 4s and pick up two dwarves, and I've got enough 3s to keep the rest of the boys up.
So we're gonna short rest
and
now?
then long rest to get everything back.
We can do that?
Can the short rest be part of the long rest?
Right, that's kind of my thought.
No, it would be an
It's
extra
just
hour, but I think
together, right?
yeah.
Just mechanically, I want that level 4 spell slot back to be able to raise one of these guys.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it would be an extra hour.
Yeah, because I can get one level 4 spell slot back on a short rest in a day. Is that cool?
Yeah.
We're leveling now, right? Also.
Yes, you're leveling now too.
So we're leveling. I put all your spells in. I know that we haven't talked about them, but if you want to read them, you can.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dan, the
I got it.
life drain ability, I'm would have to limit here. The especially just the resurrection clause on it,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no
but
problem.
that's not going to work for you. But the other stuff works as it says there.
Sounds good. At level 9, you get to ready one more spell. You get. Let's see.
I'll be right back while you guys figure out your levels.
Just one more.
We were gonna short and then long, and level at the same time.
Short, long level. Got him. Got him.
Level 9, and I have 3 more.
Sounds like you're saying something in Armenian,
It really does.
right?
That was too good. It's kind of creepy. Ugh. 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 Hey man, being pregnant's hard.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't understand.
I went through sympathy pregnancy, okay? I'm like 15 pounds.
Oh wow.
He's
Okay.
growing an eyeball or two.
Sorry, you can read it now.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
I thought the computer was messing with
No,
me.
I was trying to put
How
you.
did you do that?
Because when we both look at your character sheet, like if I change it to the other page,
Oh my
it
God.
changes yours too.
I'm like, what is this glitch right now? This is not okay.
Great.
That was
that's,
awful.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, well, you know you can mess with me without telling me that.
Well, now you know, so now I can't do it anymore.
I don't know. Was that you too? Did you scroll up?
No,
Oh.
I'm off your page now. But with this, I gotta tell Austin when it's back, but I'll tell you right now, Chubb. One of the 2 spells that I'm taking right now, is remove curse, because I've seen you, I've seen these horns coming off you, and I'm like, nobody, no.
Going deep.
That's oh, okay, all right now.
Eugene turning into a goat on an airplane? To an airplane running out of gas?
Yeah.
I gotta get Frank's giving invite out.
Okay, guys.
Wait, how many do I get? Just one?
Yeah, but you can switch one of your other ones to it too if you want. But you only get one. You can only do one per.
So I just can pick one spell? I thought I had like stuff that defaulted into like having to be ready all the time.
Yeah.
How many are we allowed to roll for hit dice? 7?
Yeah, I mean, however many your level is, so 9.
You don't get any new ones this level. I got 11. I can get more.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
But 5th level spells are really strong.
You need all of them? Bridget?
No.
And don't roll all of them.
Oh. Wait. I don't get it.
You only have 9 that have to last you for a long time.
Oh, so I can use like 4 or
You can
3?
use as many as you need. You can roll each one and then look and then see if you.
Oh, so I erase all of those.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I just take the 10s.
No, you can't do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
They have to go in order. They have to go in order.
Oh, alright.
Jeez.
Alright, I'll just take the first 3.
I am confused, Dan. I think that you rolled incorrectly for Liz.
Oh. On what?
It looks like she has commune with nature and tree stride always prepared.
Oh. I was trying to get to her, the druid page.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she got more this level. But
Yeah, she'll have commune with nature and tree stride always prepared.
Oh.
That's awesome. Okay.
Can I have my key go back up with the short rest?
All of it.
Oh, how does the short dice, the hit dice recovery go?
You get half of them rounded up when you take a long rest.
You said which one would be good for? Wrath of Nature?
No.
Okay.
On a long rest, you get your just full hit points back.
Yeah, you get your full hit points back and half of your hit dice rounded up.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a lot, though. There doesn't seem to be anything.
So tell me exactly when you want us to ding up Austin, so I can
It's
start
fine.
doing stuff.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can use a prepared checkbox or whatever. Might be helpful, I don't know. I think there's a thing on the spell sheet, right? That's like whether the spell's prepared or not. The prep. Yeah.
Divination just doesn't work here, huh?
Last time you tried, you got withers.
Ooh. I wish I could just send him a message.
Apparently you can.
Oh, good,
Fine.
So,
So Dan, you got your Tomb Dwarf stats, and I put 2 Tomb Dwarves next to you.
I see that. Thank you.
Is Withers considered a monster?
Most things are. What's the context?
Like, would Charm Monster work for withers?
Yeah, Charm Monster works on anything. I mean, unless it says something about undead or whatever. But...
Ah.
Yeah, you're getting up there, high level spells. Some of them are quite potent.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna make it through the long rest? Do we think?
Yeah, I think you guys are. Where are you resting exactly? Barricade with his office. You barricade the shop room here.
I think. Probably here. But what do you guys think?
I like the shop idea.
And so you set up your skeletons and stuff on some sort of patrol, right?
Yeah.
You guys get through the night. I'll talk about some stuff that happens while you guys are sleeping for some of you afterwards. But go ahead and everyone finish your levels and top up.
Would locate creature work? Because it's for the school it says divination. So is that kind of like...
It's only specific spells that don't work.
Oh, only specific spells. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was the spell that I was running last time?
Remove curse?
Was it?
I don't know, I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So are we in the long rest now?
Yeah, you guys are taking your nice long rest.
No, I think I was learning to spell magic.
Sure.
I'll finish to spell magic this night.
Ooh, this is cool.
What?
I'm taking Great Weapon Master.
Chad, are you leveling me up?
Leveling me up first.
Well, I'm more important. So, I want to figure that out. Well, you level me up.
I have a question for you, Austin. Do I think that Dispel Magic would make the staff like not be +3 anymore? Potentially?
You don't think that you can dispel a weapon that powerful that easily?
Okay.
Like that's like it's more for transient magical effects than something that's been like baked and forged into an item like that.
But probably the goat is probably baked and forged into it too. Then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like you could try as a curse, right? Like you don't know. You don't know.
I picked up Remove Curse too. This level.
Cool.
Like because I saw my buddy. Get
Sure. Yeah, so you're gonna. Well, we'll talk about the night first.
Yeah.
Alright, so are you busy? You're working on your character and Tyranny's character?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
I'll get back to you in a sec.
Yeah. Okay.
Folly. Can I get a constitution save from you?
Pound. Count.
That's really bad.
You're bad at life and you should die.
Yeah. That's really bad. Can you roll a d12 for me?
D12s are not good.
So your hit point maximum is reduced by 4. And you're just haunted by dreams of wandering in an endless gray green smoke, and everywhere that you finally get purchase and visibility in this endless swamp of green smoke, everywhere that you finally see a shape emerging from the nothingness, it is the form of a wicked hag. And as you approach them, they grow larger than life and cast you down with a glance. And then you fall and find yourself on another infinite green plane. And this nightmare just repeats for the entire night.
That sounds rough, Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no answer. There's no response.
Shut up, Polly. I'm trying to sleep. Well, you shouldn't have given them your hair.
Did you put yourself back to full life, Kelly?
Please.
Of the night? No. I wanted to talk about Arias.
Real quick, how many hit dice did you actually end up using, Kelly?
3.
Back to your 8. Okay, cool.
So you since you've come to Cholt on this quest, Arias, you've had these visions of like being trapped or underwater or chained, right? Like there's been like this theme. Here on this rest in particular, those nightmares return, but with vivid clarity. There's a cackling demon face, just like you see plastered all over this dungeon, that is sort of the source of this entrapment, the maker of these chains. And you also feel that the prison that you are held in this particular dream is this place. It's not far from here. That
Okay.
that it is like all of this like pulling you underwater, under the earth. It was all pulling towards here, and that you're very close. And this actually, like, I mean, you tell me, but like Arias, like putting this together, like you have this moment of consciousness and probably rage, right? As you realize that you're here, right? Like it's all like you're close.
Right.
And so with this realization, I don't know how you sleep. I don't know if you sleep within 10 feet of people, but you wake up raging.
Right.
But with a stillness of mind that you think that you could put together your clerical spells in this state.
Ooh.
You think that as long as the spells are first level or lower, that you could probably cast them while raging and maintain concentration on them while raging.
Nice.
At least here, at least so close to this goal.
Right. That's great news. I feel pumped and raged. And I'm sleeping in a
Exactly 11 feet from
visible thing with everyone around me. So.
Oh, right. You guys are in a turtle shell, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, everyone gets singed and heals back from their rest.
You'll take 3 damage. Good morning.
Oh.
And that doesn't spend one of your rages. You're good.
Okay. Yes. Guys, do you feel that? I'm so strong.
Rose waiting at.
I'm just burned a little bit. It's cool.
Yeah, that's not cool, buddy.
I like run over this table in the middle of the night and just flip it to show off how powerful I am.
Nayana tells Wango, "Can you believe that guy?"
Yeah, I can. He's awesome.
It's hurting. That's Wango. What's wrong with
Maybe you should give him the mace.
Wow. Wango, if I could slap you, I would.
Let's try slapping yourself.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Welcome to whatever day it is of the curse. What's next?
Welcome.
No.
Oh, there was some stuff. I wanted to talk to you guys about Wither's office if you guys go back.
Yeah, definitely.
So in the morning you make your way over to Wither's office. And I gave you his journal page. And I'll show that to you again. But this is actually part of a whole journal. And you know, we're not gonna go you probably don't read the whole thing, it's a lot. He's a diligent scribe. But you essentially learn, and I'm not sure how much of this he said to you, but you essentially learn that a Sararak came, killed the 9 gods, built a tomb, but using the people of Omu as slaves to build it, and then forced the engineers of Omu to build death traps in it. And Gora was his name in life, built the death traps. And so as a reward for that, he was rewarded with eternal life from a Sararak. He goes by Withers today. But that's sort of like the history of it that you see. And you also see some information in here about when an alliance was formed with a coven of hags, and they seem to be assisting a Sararak on a special project. Withers doesn't write too many details about what that project is in the book. In fact, the last page is sort of the most clear that it gets about that project. You also, I'd like an investigation check from anybody kind of going through his room.
Hold on.
I'd be giving a good look over.
Chad won't let me.
Chad won't let you.
My
Oh,
brother-
because it's spoken with you.
Here, that's her.
Let's just pretend I roll a 20.
So Folly, everyone's kind of looking around this room. First of all, there's a skeletal songbird that squawks at you as you walk around the room. But you noticed that one of the desk drawers is larger than the compartment when you open it. You know what I'm saying? Like the drawer itself looks like it should be 8 inches deep, but it's only 4 inches deep. Yeah. So when you're able to pull it's a false bottom, right? And you're able to pull the false bottom up, and inside is a translucent, fist-sized gray stone, almost a jewel, almost a gemstone.
Hey, we need that for the frog.
I'm gonna start show casting a detect magic.
Yeah, it's definitely radiating an aura of enchantment magic. Other than that, in here, there's a manual of golems that that Mortee already picked up, and a spell book. And on the last page of the spell book are the words Komara Blackfire.
We know that name.
No, you don't. You learned it here in this spell book.
Oh.
I mentioned it last session, but I'd like to just remind you of
okay.
everything that's here. Yeah, so it's a fairly well-appointed little office. It's like, in some ways, it seems like a legitimate office, and in other ways, it seems kind of like a mockery of it, because it's like, what is he doing here in this office, right? But all of the he's got notes, he's got books of notes, and they all seem to be like information about the jungles of Chult, maybe the creatures that live there, the plants that live there. He's got anatomical sketches of Commodons and Zorbos and that kind of thing. Just like research notes. Like you're not sure how much of these notes are novel or interesting, right? Like you're sure that somebody has all these answers to these questions about Commodons, but he has a big page of questions about Commodons and a little sketch of a Commodon. And he's just got books and books full of this kind of thing.
And the little undead songbird, is that a familiar?
You're not so sure. It's not talking. It just squawks and is annoying, and it sits in its cage.
Is it radiating anything besides necromantic?
Yeah, no. Just looks like a little simple skeleton. You're impressed by the permanency of the spell, but not by the scale.
Got it.
That's pretty much what I wanted to kind of tell you guys about this room, that give you a chance to investigate it at your leisure and just learn a little bit about Withers and what he was doing. And it just looks like a lot of research but all the research is sort of centered on here. Like there's no information about creatures that don't live in these jungles, kind of thing.
Yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna go check out my buddy Arias and see how he's feeling about this.
Oh yeah, he's Goat Rias.
And Goat Rias.
I mean, I don't want to be a goat.
Yeah, so looking at the spell though, like I don't necessarily want to break his attunement, I just want to try and break the curse.
Does remove curse say that it breaks the attunement?
Yeah.
I mean, full disclosure, I'm probably not going to use the staff again because of the goatness. Anyway.
Yeah. So I could probably get rid of your goatness. If that matters to you.
That sounds good to me. It's hard to swim when you're a goat.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'd still try my new remove.
Yeah. What does Mortee's remove curse preparation look like?
Grinding like little bones and like and kind of, but then instead of like undead, like a skull, he puts a little green dye in and puts a green turtle on Orias's forehead.
Cool. So he does that, and as he does that, there's a bleeding sound like a goat, right? That just seems to echo through the hall as all this red fur, the little horn, and the eye that he has, all of this recedes back into him, and like the last bits of his body to return to normal are those right up against the staff on his back, and then eventually the staff shakes. And definitely, yeah, your attunement to the staff is broken.
Okay.
So if you swung it, it would still be a +3/4 staff, maybe, but you would not be able to like expend the charges and all that.
Okay.
Do you want to just toss it into the bag?
Yeah. Let's see if we can address that thing's issues some other time.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay, now what, guys?
Should we go down the stairs, or do you want to go up the stairs?
Wait, up. Oh, up what stairs? To our left?
On the left, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that leads back up to level 1.
I think we should go downstairs and see what else is in the secret area.
Yeah. Wait, Austin, what were you saying?
The stairs to your left up here just go back up to the first level of the tomb.
Okay. Oh, right. That's right. We saw that already.
Because
Alright,
we're looking for a certain couple shrines, but I also am very curious what is in the secret areas.
Cool. So you guys want to head down that staircase together?
Yeah, just so you know, Tyranny, you can now run up and down walls and across liquids. With that.
Kind of liquid.
I
What?
mean, yes, any kind of liquid, but if you run on top of lava, it hurts your feet.
What's the point of getting that?
You can, like Jesus, you can walk on water.
Okay. All right. But I can't walk on acid without getting hurt.
Well, your shoes would melt, but you could walk on top of it. Better than swimming in it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Much better than swimming in it, yeah.
So, as you descend down the staircase, I'd like to know what order you guys are.
I want to be third.
I'll take
Very
up the
precise.
I'll take up the front, but because I've got my cautious little buddy with me, I'm gonna be pushing a zombie in front of me too.
That makes sense. You come down here and you hit a door. There's a door on your to the south, and then the stairs continue down.
Should we open it?
I think so. That makes bad decision.
Okay, I'm reading for a sec. Okay, so you open the door and you see one of these tomb guardians. And I'm going to describe this room carefully. He does not immediately, he turns and sees you, but then he goes back to what he was doing. And the room itself is dark and dusty, and a hulking figure wearing a bucket helm stands to the west, with one hand on an iron lever set into the wall. The south wall is sloped and has a large rectangular window, 5 feet wide by 7 feet high. The window looks out into a hallway, and in that hallway that it looks out into, I'll reveal some of that for you. It looks out into a hallway, and in the hallway, there's a hole in the floor. And so through this window, you can look all the way down through that hole in the floor. And down there, you see a well-lit room shaped like a cylinder on its side. So I'll reveal that. So I understand that that's a fairly complicated picture, but he has a sloped window, and he's looking through the sloped window into a hallway. At the end of that hallway is a hole, and that hole leads into a cylindrical room down below.
Okay.
And he sees you, he turns and looks at you, and then he goes back to staring through the window with one hand on a lever mounted on the wall.
So it's like his job to pull the trap door when someone walks by. Well, should we just close the door? Or should we kill him so he doesn't pull the trap door when we walk by?
It looks just like Devi, looks just like the one that pulled themselves up through the... I would let Mortee make an Arcana check with advantage, having a manual of golems that he slightly perused. Yeah, that's good. Yes, they simply follow orders. The exception to that is that if damaged, if wounded, sometimes the primal desire to survive can override those orders, especially if their master is not nearby.
Are we gonna walk past that trapdoor and forget, and he's gonna pull a lever?
Oh, for sure. He's aware. This construct is aware of your presence. Like, if you take any steps, like, do you walk towards him?
Like if you come at him, he's gonna.
Yeah, he has a hand on it, like he's holding it.
You're gonna tickle him, and
Wait, what do we think the lever does? Activates the trap down at the bottom?
this trap door. He's looking through this window to know when to do that.
But don't we have to be, aren't we in the stairs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
if
guys are in this.
later on we forget, and we're like, dum-de-dum-de-dum, and then he'll pull it, and then we'll be like, dang it, should have killed him.
Dang!
Dang.
Should have murdered. Should have murdered a fool.
Should have murdered him when we had the chance.
Should have murdered the guy.
Now we're dead in a pit. I mean, I don't mind just closing the door and then seeing if we get in that trap and then laughing at how stupid you are later. But either way,
I mean, that's an option.
yeah.
I'm for killing it, but
Orion go first though, because he likes fire or raging. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah,
are you? Well, how are you approaching killing him?
I think like we
Keep
should.
in mind, like, you're looking through a doorway, right? So, like, where's everyone standing, and what's the?
Oh, we need drag or tag it token.
Taggins.
Or taggins. We need a drag or taggins.
Dragon, tagger.
Drag or
I
taggins.
think that we should close the door, and then reopen it and have Arias run in there and do his thing, and then the rest of us open the door and people can jump in or throw their range stuff. Morty will be further down the stairs, like beyond everybody.
Sure. Cool. Can you put you and Nayana's tokens out there? Cool. Okay, so you're gonna close the door and latch it, and then you're gonna go to open it again, right?
That's what I think we should do. What do you think?
So
All
is
right.
I can like surprise him, or what's the point?
No, just I mean, I guess you could just run at him. Sure.
But you want Arias to enter first and rage, I guess is what you said.
And close the door so we don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Arias runs in and Mortee closes the door behind him.
Yes.
That doesn't sound that great, guys.
We woke up to what's its face hurting us, so I think that's a nice way of handling things.
Okay.
You want to let your anger out. You're on steroids.
I don't I'm okay with like convincing myself to go in first, but then when someone says they're gonna close the door behind me, I'm like, nope, we can't do that.
Yeah, and definitely Obalok is like, do they always they send you first all the time? It's just you just go into things and it's a big column.
Well, I get angry easily, and they don't like being around when I'm angry. It's kind of like the whole situation.
Why don't you just go in, let off a little steam, we'll count to 25, and then we'll jump in with you.
Nayana's like,
25.
this one's different than the other ones. What if this one has a soul?
No, it doesn't. It just follows. Its orders are to watch down through that window. That's why it hasn't attacked us. All right. Well, fine. We don't have to close the door behind you, buddy. Wow. I'm just gonna back up here.
Yeah, I'll back up too.
Oh, I'm definitely backing up.
All right, that sounds good. That's a compromise I can live with.
Let's actually close the door.
Okay, so Arias, you going in?
Yeah, I guess this is better than traps being activated. Well, looking at the room, do I think I could get to the right or left of him?
Yeah, I mean, right now he's not threatening much of anything. You don't know exactly what he's gonna do,
Okay.
right? Right now, you could go sit next to him. I mean, he's not like no weapons are drawn or anything.
Okay, I go in and say hi.
Wait a minute. Why don't we read the book that Dan has and learn how to command all of them so then we get all...
No, don't open
Dan
the book.
tried that.
Don't open the book.
But you're a higher level now, aren't you?
Not
Yeah.
quite. He doesn't. He's not sure. He's not quite there yet.
Don't open the book.
Alright. I want to get bitch laughed again.
Come on, Mortee. You sure you can't figure this out?
Nope.
So you run in, Arias, and then you rage.
Well,
Because yeah, it doesn't make. It definitely looks at you and tracks you with its eyes, but like every couple seconds of watching you, it looks back at the window.
what's behind me? What's that gap in the wall?
Yeah. There's a little it's a little access tunnel. It's a narrow little tunnel. No, it's not. Well, that's fine. It is a narrow little tunnel. It is. Let me see how they wanted to describe this. It's like a crawlway. It's like down low. You'd have to crawl through it, but it's like a passage.
Can I see through it?
It's yeah. You look through it, you can see like a little bit further, but
Oh, I see. Interesting. Does it look like Folly could fit in there?
yeah, you could too. You just have to.
Oh, I see.
She might be able to squat. You would have to crawl, but.
Okay.
But yeah, so
All right.
you walk over to him, and you know he's equally splitting his attention between you standing next to him and this switch, and he seems a little bit like he wants to hit you.
So then I'll like get up in his face. You know how like bros do? With
Yeah.
their fists.
Uh huh.
Like You want some?
When you get up in his face, when you put your head between him and the window such that he can't see the window, he slams his head down into you in a headbutt.
Whoa.
What a jerk.
And that'll be well, he'll try to anyways. It's a 14 to hit.
Does not hit. Well, that definitely makes me angry. So now I rage.
Yeah, so he just ignites on, just the same thing you've seen from these guys before. The fire is really, really not what he wants. And
Suck a bee.
What?
I said suck a bee.
Yeah, and he stands up and he's got all these chains that are linking different parts of his plate armor, and he just starts to swing these chains around like crazy.
I'm hitting him.
Yeah. I assumed you would. 17 barely hits him.
Nice. 8 damage. That's all right.
Yep.
Boom, baby. Ooh.
That's what you wanted, right?
I just took.
Yeah, you got something going on here, right?
Yeah, I took Great Weapon Master, so I can make a melee attack as a bonus now.
Okay.
So first, that's 26 damage.
Ow.
And another attack
Okay.
for another 16 damage.
You just with three rapid swings with this thing, you land 3 crushing blows. And he staggers backwards, and as he staggers backwards, he leans back on the lever, which is pulled down.
Okay.
Right? And through the window, you can see through the hole in the floor, right? You see this cylindrical room down below starts to spin.
Oh. Crazy.
Nayana, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna produce flame and just throw it at
Yeah,
him.
let's see it. That hits. 11 fire damage. He's looking bad already. How does Tyranny contend with this?
I light a match and throw it at him.
Okay, that does no damage.
But is he at least a little afraid of it?
He doesn't like it. Yeah, he's not good.
Oh, I light an arrow and
Oh, got it. That's a little bit better.
this one's even.
Yes. Yep. It's not a magical arrow, so he's,
Oh, right.
a little bit. But yeah, he does take damage. And you got another one? Yep. Yep. So you punch some damage into him.
That's my turn.
Just for tasty flavor, can you roll me a d20?
Let's see.
The room down there is spinning quite fast now. And as you watch through the window at this revolving room, you see that it is being filled with a poisonous gas.
Well, we're not in that room, right?
No, you're not. You're just watching this trap from up here in some sort of
Oh,
observation deck. Mortee.
Mortee is going to throw a Toll the Dead at him.
Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead. 18 damage. He has a wisdom save, right? Which he fails. He is just a fragment of him. Like, you can tell that, like, the inner workings of this, living machination are just barely held together. But he's gonna get to attack once because yay. He's gonna attack Arias with a full round attack action with disadvantage because of the fire. an 8 to hit, and a 14 to hit.
No.
Yeah.
Folly.
Say no.
Folly, how do you finish this guy off? Yeah. Sorry, Eugene, I missed that. I had to get my pizza. What did you say? Let's see it. That levels up. But you know your cantrips scale with your total level, right? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Cool. That's gonna hit him, and you blast him back against the window, and he stops moving.
Listen. Great work.
Can I get a D20 roll from you? A D20 roll from you? Just a flat D20. Yeah. Why not?
Nice.
So, you see that the spinning chamber, still spinning quite quickly, is filled with this green, noxious-looking gas, and then you can't see where they're coming from, but then you see jets of fire shoot out into the room, and the entire area shakes with the explosion of all of that gas igniting.
Wow.
It was in this chamber it was spinning down below. I'm gonna grab a couple slices of pizza. You guys are out of initiative. Think about where you want to go next.
So, no, he pulled the lever, and so that trap down below was going off while we were fighting him. Yeah. So, I'm curious to see if we leave the lever down, if it keeps going.
And the room just keeps spinning?
Yeah.
I mean, it's magic, bro.
Yeah, it's being powered. I think it's powered by magic. Do you think there was some power source for that fan?
No, the fan was magic.
That's true. But why would there be torches if that existed?
It's magic fire.
No, I know. I'm saying, why would people care to do that if you could just make electricity? Why don't we do a insight check to find out?
All right, roll it.
Are you going to tell me?
I think we should pull down the lever for a couple minutes and see what happens. Like a minute. Does it just keep spinning?
It doesn't need to be held. It just got knocked down and now it's down. So yeah, the trap should still be going.
Yeah, sorry. The room is still spinning down there for sure.
So do you want to do your investigation? Eugene. Oh. So we want to leave that lever down and hang out for a few minutes and see if anything different happens.
Yeah, for sure. So you do a little investigation. You can't quite figure it out, obviously. So you decide to just watch. And you watch gas fill the room. You watch sparkling dust that reflects the light so brightly on your eyes that it almost blinds you from here. You watch stone spikes magically protrude from the walls and fill the spinning chamber. And then you watch the sort of flamethrowers turn on, and if there's gas in the chamber, it explodes the gas. And it just sort of randomly does these 4 horrible things every couple seconds.
That's awful.
And it's spinning the whole time, so there's nowhere to stand. It's like being inside of a drum or a barrel that's rolling down a hill. It's kind of like how it's spinning. And then all of these horrible things are happening inside of it.
That sounds terrible.
Glad we didn't walk in that room.
Yeah. Somebody, or actually, let's have Hissy fly down this little pathway.
Yeah. You fly on the pathway and you see a golden skull resting on a pedestal in the middle of a small, dusty room. There's a door to the north.
There's a golden skull in there, guys. I think we should go get it.
Yeah, check the riddle. Check the riddle.
I don't think it does.
I don't remember a golden skull.
We haven't seen the plate on this floor, though.
Oh yeah, level 3, we haven't seen the
I
plate.
mean, that's true.
I can see where it is in that main room.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't go in there without the information from the plate. Yeah, we didn't. It might be a hidden. No.
Wait. Ning Ning and the frog are not the same, are they? It's Ning Ning. The frog is Froghemoth.
Froggy, we do want.
Yeah, Grung. Yeah, Ning Ning is a Grung.
Yeah.
The hole that comes out like from this like little low to the ground pathway, like if I look back at it through Hissy's eyes, does it look like hidden? Like you'd have to like look to find it.
Maybe a little bit, just because it's dark, but it's not really concealed.
Okay. I'm just trying to think about what this secret passage, or like if it was a secret passage, because we're in the secret passage, right? So we have to think about it like that. What would the passageways out of here be used for?
But isn't this all about a game? What if it leads to nothing?
I mean, ultimately we want to get to Sararak, right?
Yeah, we just want to get a couple spirits to help us along the
What
way.
are we planning on doing when we get there? He's so powerful.
We kill him.
Not to me.
I mean,
Well, I know it's your first like long, big Dungeons and Dragons game, Nayana, but that's, I mean, yes, he's very, very powerful. You're 100% right, and you're right to be afraid of him. But that's the game we're playing.
like
Like,
Yeah.
oh, perfect. Are we there yet? That's true. That's
Kinda.
very true.
But yeah, we'll kill him. I have no
I
worries.
want to find Withers and kill Withers.
I think we'll that in all in due time.
Oh, actually, wait. Could I use my locate monsters? Do you guys want to do that?
What does it do?
Please locate creature, and it's a ritual. I describe a name of a creature that is familiar to me. I sense the direction of the creature's location, as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of me. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as human or unicorn, as long as you have seen such a creature up close, within 30 feet. At least one.
You want to cast it?
I do, but I want to see how the group feels about this.
Yeah.
Are you guys up for fighting and killing withers?
Let's do it.
At least getting a beat on where he is not a bad thing.
Yeah, then okay, I want to do locate creature.
It's
And then do I just click on it, or how does that work?
No, it's fine. You just tell me.
Just mark it down on your spell sheet.
Okay.
He's where is he?
I might do that to find the hags too.
He's pretty much straight below you.
Oh, in the gas thingy? In the gas room?
No, much further. Like probably on level 4 or 5, maybe, if this place has that many.
Wow. How do we?
Let's keep going down the stairs.
Okay. All right, guys. Withers is down. Let's go.
Let's go.
You want to go down to level 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to kill that guy. Like, my need for revenge is so much stronger because of Longo that I just want to kill something.
Level 4 looks like this. There's
Can you pull it up? I can't see it on my screen. No. Okay. Ah, it's loading. Thank you.
Does it keep going down?
It does. Yeah. You guys want to keep going down?
It's at the end of the hallway.
The end of the hallway looks like you've seen this in a couple places. It looks like the inside of a secret door. Like you can tell that it's a door because there's a handle on it, but like from the other side, you think it would look like the wall.
I want to keep going. I want to find Withers.
Yeah, I think we should just keep moving.
Well, I don't think we should get distracted.
You think he's 4th or 5th? Like it's hard to tell down here how big these floors are. They're kind of uneven.
You want to get the other gods before we go all the way down?
And he's also hurt. So before
He's not hurt. He's had 9 or 10 hours to rest, just like you guys have.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Ooh, and then we level up?
Maybe we should go back up. I don't know.
So as you reach the bottom of the stair, you hear the sound of grinding gears, like machinery, and also water. Like if you feel like you come down to like a big lake, and you'd have to open a door to get a better feel for it, but you feel that you're surrounded by water, and that you can just hear this grinding of massive machinery as you reach the bottom of the stairwell. Like down the south. Yeah, so I'll talk about that.
Why is it all blue?
You think it's water out there.
That's so weird.
You see, first of all, something that you notice covering much of the surface in this little hallway that you're peering down, Tyranny, is this thick green slime. This grayish green slime that's covering the floor where you see it on the map. You think that it's viscous and thick to the point that, like, for you especially as a halfling, you'd have to almost wade through it.
But I can walk on it now.
You can walk on it.
It's true.
But it's a gross, horrible slime puddle, and then it turns. The hall turns at the end.
And then this is a door right here.
And that's a door, yeah.
What do you guys want to do? Door or slime?
But like when we tried with Wongo to like psychologically mess up Withers, it didn't work. So will the gods be that much help while we're...
He just resisted it. Yeah, he just passed the save. It wasn't like he just resisted it outright. He just passed the save.
Oh, yeah, fair.
So I think the other gods who were at least the positively aligned.
Hi, this is Martin from Brainstorm in Cynthia.
What was that?
So you want to go back up to the third floor?
We can't get out here, right? We have to either go up or go out through that little cubby hole.
Everyone take a screenshot of that.
No, you're gonna go to the cubby hole. Yeah? Okay, yeah. So how do you inspect the skull? It's a golden skull sitting on a pedestal.
Your sister who's gonna jump.
Yeah. After you started going in, I'd follow you in and start putting up a detect.
Oh yeah, it's magical AF.
Yeah, can we open the door?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a little bit of information for you guys. Okay, so you open the door. The first thing that you notice is that there is a purple fungus that is growing all over the floors, walls, and ceilings. You didn't see any of it in this sort of like backstage area, but it's very obvious all over around this hall that you come out into. You see to your right, 2 tomb guardians are chained together with this big spiked chain, and they stand in either side of this little alcove, like these little alcoves here, with a chain running between them. To your left, you see, what kind of door is that? To your left, you see a big double door, and it's carved with leering and laughing skulls. And then to your north, you see another room up there to the north. What room is that? That looks like a four-columned. There's like a four-columned little inset area beneath which there's a stone sarcophagus resting in a wall recess. You see 4 ceramic frog masks that hang in niches on either side of the sarcophagus.
Like Nang Nang or Froghemoth?
These are masks of frogs. They don't look like grungs. They don't look like froghemoths, really. They look like frogs.
Okay.
Yes. Relatively.
And they're like holding each end, right?
No, it's like chained to them. Like to their armor, or like it looks like they couldn't take it off if they wanted to.
We've encountered a handful of these so far. How heavy do these guys look?
How heavy
Yeah.
do they look?
Heavy.
They look like
Turtle.
Got it. They look like big ol' 7-foot tall humanoid creatures in full plate. So 350 pounds maybe?
Gotcha.
So light compared to our turtle.
So this is what the frog is. This the jewel riddle.
Well, we don't know. This is the 3rd level, so I kind of don't think it applies.
We should keep going.
Well, what does the levels have to do with it?
So there's a plaque on each level. Like I want to get to here to see what this plaque says.
Yeah, you want to send a familiar or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could send Hissy with the rope
these-
with the rock.
Yeah, the Tomb Guardians watch as Hissy flies past them. I'm assuming she dodges the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tomb Guardians watch, but you can get to the warning and read it. Walk through water with weapon in hand. Slake your shadow at the font. The vulture is the first step. Write the gods. The walls of history tell all.
Lake.
I had to look that up. It
I-
means quench, basically.
Okay. At the font.
Fountain.
Uh,
Old English.
okay. It's like font as in typing font.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Make sure you note the font that this is written in.
Quench your shadow at the italic. Okay. Vulture. Right, gods. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this one until we're done with the other one. Right?
Well, but the other one I think is on the 2nd floor. Like I think it's all 2nd floor stuff.
Yeah, but
As you're looking around and like Mortee's relaying this, and Folly is like a little bit out in the hallway, right? This purple mold right next to you just kind of like pulsates, like it grows and then shrinks, and then this thin mist of spores just is let up off of this purple mist.
I don't think
Purple mist.
yeah, on this
Cool.
yeah, we're gonna get sick.
I could gusty windy for sure.
maybe we just head back up. Wait, so does the other side of this door look like it was a secret door?
Yes. It does not look obvious. At this point, you guys have started to be able to find these pretty quickly, but it does not look obvious. No, it's definitely hidden. From the inside, there's a handle, so it's a little easier.
Yeah. So it's hidden.
I think like there's a little taste of necromancy, and then there's some enchantment on it. I think
What does the skull look like?
it looks like a gold human skull, like made out of solid gold.
No, I deal with bones, you know.
Hold on. Did this door that Folly opened and closed look like a door on the outside?
No, it looked like a secret door.
Is there an echo in here?
They just asked for that, but yes, it looks like a secret door on the other side.
Sorry, I
It
was
looks like
focusing on the handouts. I don't know what riddle this could be.
I want to open the door and let Hissy back in.
okay as he comes in.
Close it again. I think that maybe we don't fuck with this skull, or maybe we do. I don't know.
How far can you send Hissy? Can we at least get a layout? Look at the layout of everything?
Yeah, pretty far. I can go north at least. I think it's 100 feet, right?
Yeah.
So to the north, you see a short hallway that ends in. You've seen these before, right? These like big faces in the walls. This one is carved to look like a jackal, and it's like a big stone jackal face. It's like 5 feet tall, and its mouth ends in a snout that comes out, and then it's open just a little bit so that the teeth are about 2 inches apart. And you beyond that, you can see into a room that I think you've seen from above before, that has a sarcophagus inside of a boat, and then it has decorative golden tiles all throughout the room, and 4 life-size sphinxes in the 4 corners.
Oh, this is what we saw down the
Darkness chute.
Yeah, and so as you're looking through the jackal's mouth and like looking at this thing, you see something that catches your eye. You see a small figure, maybe halfling sized, with a cloak pulled up tight around him, and he slips into the room from the right side of the like right over here where I'm pinging. He slips into the room.
see it, but yeah.
Oh, the ping. Oh, maybe I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah, he slips into the room on the right side, and then he cautiously takes a step onto one of the floor tiles, and you see the floor tile depress. And then he looks at all of the floor tiles around him, and there's all different symbols on all of them. And he looks back, and as he stepped on the first tile, the passageway behind him closed, the big stone block closed. And he looks all around him at the next tile, closes his eyes, and he takes a step forward. And as he does, the mouth of all the sphinxes open, and swarms of locusts pour out towards him. And he tries desperately to bat at them and hide under his cloak, but he is utterly devoured.
Oh, well, shit. All right.
And on sort of the cloak that he wears, you could see that he had, it's like what sewn into the bottom, near the bottom. It says "Bargain Brawlers."
I thought that the last surviving guy already died.
He thought that everyone died.
Yeah, we're not certain.
The the jackal that you're looking through the mouth of, its mouth closes and it opens back up 2 inches and the body's gone.
Wow.
And the what is gone?
The body.
Oh.
And then 20 seconds later, you see a small halfling-sized figure enter the room on the right.
What?
The passageway
no.
closes behind him.
He's on repeat.
Wait, let's keep watching.
Cautiously steps forward onto the first tile. Passageway closes behind him. He takes a deep breath and steps forward onto the next tile. He's eaten by locusts. The jackal mouth closes and reopens. The body's gone.
Let's check out the south tunnel.
Oh, you don't want to watch Eric die over and over and over again?
Actually,
I don't mind that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Minutes.
he knows it's there and he has no choice.
There's a passageway that goes off into a room down there where there seems to be puddles on the ground. Still puddles of water covering the floor of a 15-foot wide hallway. It's probably about the limit of your.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
What
maybe
about,
I'll
what
wake up.
about the other way? What about over here?
Yeah. So there's a small tunnel that you'd have to crawl through, and it ends in a metal plate, an iron plate that bisects the crawlway. That looks like a snarling minotaur, and the eyes have been cut out of the minotaur's face, like the carving, and you can see that the hallway continues beyond. But they're too small for even Hissy to sort of get through, and they're very sharp.
Wait, what are they exactly?
It's like it's a carving of a minotaur on an iron plate, but the eyes have been removed so that you can see through the plate. It's like a piece of sheet metal where they punched out the eyes.
I see.
Got it.
And it's a little too small and razor sharp around the insides of the eyes, so
Yeah.
Hissy doesn't want to fly through it.
Yeah. And then can I get right to the north of us?
Yeah. I mostly described this for you guys already, but I will run over it again. This looks like some sort of frog god's tomb. A 4-columned portico juts out from the far wall, beneath which a stone sarcophagus rests in a wall recess. 4 ceramic frog masks hang in niches around the sarcophagus. Beneath the masks, humanoid bones are strewn across the floor. To the east, a large carving of a tentacled frog monster squats above a shrine. Offerings lie on a shelf before it. 4 rectangular frescoes adorn adjacent walls. And the frescoes I can describe to you when you guys get in there. That is paintings.
And he was good chaotic, right?
I just thought so, yes.
Yeah.
So if he's good, we probably want him.
And then
Yeah, card.
to our west, the doors there.
Yeah, they have like laughing, grinning, smiling skulls all over them, and they're big double doors. They're actually, unlike other stuff in this tomb, they're carved out of like an ornate wood, like an imported wood.
Imported.
And this purple fungus extends throughout everywhere that you've explored.
Guys, the third warning doesn't seem to apply to anything, so.
Which one's that? The vulture is the first step?
No, just the third level.
With the vulture as the first step, you did see that when this halfling rogue was obliterated, the first step that he took, the symbol on the ground there was vulture.
Gotcha.
Where do you match Slake your shadow at the font?
That's what he's saying. He's saying he can't find any of them.
Yeah. So Vulture applies. Walk through water with weapon in hand is probably down at the bottom right.
Yeah.
Like your shadow, so that would this be the room that the guy makes spin if he sees a shadow coming?
That's down.
Uh,
Oh, but that might be connected
this.
to.
what?
It's on this level, Tyranny. That room is on this level.
So maybe that one is that. There's a fountain here.
So I'm not understanding that. Is the spinning room on level 3 or level 4?
Yes, it's on level 3. It's slightly below you, but like only a couple feet below you. Level 4 is like 20 feet down.
Okay.
There's a door to enter it from level 3 on the other side of that room.
Yes.
That's what it looks like anyways.
Yes.
It seems crazy. How do you get there?
How
Yes.
do you get anywhere?
Maybe through here.
Through the metal mask of whatever.
Yeah. I mean, get ready, guys. I got a lot of rooms.
Yeah.
Like it.
Hey,
You don't like it or you do
talk
like
to
it?
the skull. I'm gonna say, hey, skull, do you talk?
Doesn't answer you.
Well, that was my first test. My next is to have you pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Okay. let me just read for a second.
Did you really have to pick up the skull?
I'm following.
The skull, you touch it and it kind of leaps from your hand and it hovers like right over your right shoulder. And it looks at you and it says, "You're not too bright, are you? You just reach into, you pick up any old thing you find in a underground tomb built by a maniac lich. That's what we're going with. Cool. Okay. You're gonna need my help to get out of here, obviously, because you're ridiculously dumb.
Perfect.
My name's Yaka. What's yours?
Yaka!
Who's Yaka?
Our little fairy friend.
Hi!
He was the.
Wait, is it Yaka?
Definitely doesn't sound like Yaka. Yaka was a goblin who barely spoke. This seems like a fluent.
Do we all hear the skull talking to him?
Oh yeah, he's just rattling his mouth.
Nayana's like, we had a Yaka once.
Yeah, great. And it looks like he's dead. Maybe because he picked up stuff that he shouldn't pick up. I'm really surprised, honestly. What are we on here? This is like we're like pretty deep here in the earth. We must be on the 3rd, 4th level of this place, and you're still alive, and you're just picking up random me's. That's cool.
What are you?
Yeah. By the way, do you have any gems? I'm really hungry.
Are you a
Gems?
frog?
But no. Not a frog. I am Yaka. I hate the term a fool for the royal court of Omu. I prefer entertainer, bard.
You know your skull, right?
Currently, I am a skull. And what's worse is that I am now bound to this idiot forever, I think.
Aha.
You're a bad bard.
I like this guy. I like this guy a lot.
Pretty good.
Why do you need to eat gems?
Because they taste good. Why do you need to eat bugs or whatever it is that turtles eat?
I eat just fine, thank you very much. No, I don't eat bug. We eat dinner together all the time, Falling.
Well, I don't watch what you're eating.
I like these guys. This is going to be okay. Look, you guys we're all absolutely 100% going to die down here. So we should at least make the best of it.
I think you're already dead.
I'm not. I'm talking to you right now.
That has not stopped many dead things in this place from talking to us.
Right. So I guess it just depends on how you would define dead. As a fool, a play on words is an important part of the routine, right? You know, you just have to subvert expectations.
Well, I don't think we should give you a gem.
Okay, that's fine. You know, whatever. I'll just have to go adventuring myself and find gems because that's something I can totally do with no hands.
It's gonna be okay, Yaka.
Wait, one of my faults is that I believe things that people tell me, so I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
And when he asked if we have any gems, one of my faults is that I always told you. So we're like, yeah, we have a green emerald, like right here.
Ah,
Yeah. Cool. Yes, absolutely. Can I see it?
Nope. Mortee, don't do it.
Nayana's like,
I'm really hungry. I've been in there for a long time. It's been a long time since those the last group that came through here was not stupid enough to touch me.
And he didn't kill us right away, so.
I'm just hungry. I just want to eat a gemstone or 2 or 50.
Wait, so the gem, only the gem will what appease the frog? So it says.
I'm not a frog. I'm not a frog.
I know, but if we give it
I'm
to
just
you,
hungry.
about the frog.
I don't. Yeah, the frog. Is that one of Acererak's clues? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he wants you to hit a frog in the head with this gem. I'm sure that you're supposed to use it as a bludgeoning device.
Great. I don't know about that. And who's he?
He.
Why do you think that?
Because, because gems are hard and frogs are soft. And so you hit the soft things with the hard things. And clearly that's going to be the answer to some puzzle down here. Thank you.
He does.
Thank you. This is just look. Can I see that gem? It says emerald.
Hold on.
Man,
What do you think the vulture is the first step means?
Well, if I had to guess, there would be. Who am I kidding? I don't have to guess. You're gonna have to hit the keys. It's like gonna be like a big pipe organ, and there's gonna be different keys on the music, right? It's not gonna look like normal music. It's gonna have different symbols. You have to figure out what song it is, and then you're gonna have to play the organ that song, but you're gonna have to like go through a translation, and there'll be animals or something.
This guy's full of crap.
Yeah, guys, he's lying.
Yeah, it sounds like shit. But
what if it's really a hag?
Are you a hag?
No.
Lying.
So he is a hag.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like an insight check for sure.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, what are you perceiving?
If I can tell if he's lying or not.
That's insight.
Oh.
Yeah, so Folly, you're not sure. You're like he's got confidence. He's got a bard's confidence. You know what I mean? Like this guy had an 18 charisma at some point, right? But Folly, you think that he may maybe be exaggerating how much he knows.
Well, listen. How about we work out a deal? We will give you 1 gem per issue.
Here's the funny thing. I'm gonna be here, literally with you guys forever. So I don't really need to make any deals at all.
You do if
because
you
you'll
want
feed
to.
me to make me shut up before. Like I don't have to bargain with you. It always goes this way.
Listen, we don't need to be
Wait.
quiet. We can deal with monsters. It's the traps that are a
I'm not
problem.
worried about monsters at all. I'm not worried about monsters.
Listen, do you want a gem?
I look, if you get killed by monsters, I'll eat it off of your dead bodies.
Right, that's a big if. Do you want gem?
Yeah, I want a gem.
All right, well then you help us solve some puzzles and you get some gems.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
Guys, should we just try and get rid of this guy? Like,
Oh yeah, it's floating in your. In particular, it's floating right over your right shoulder.
Wait, do I notice anything?
Notice anything?
Well, with my insight roll.
Oh yeah, like I said, you think he's exaggerating how much he knows for sure.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
You
He
think
just
that
wants to get out. He wants to-
Yeah. What if he swaps with whoever did like feeds him, and then you're trapped forever?
Oh, that's a good one.
Just a hypothesis.
I did not.
that is a ridiculous hypothesis. Look, I'm just a golden skull who's a little hungry, and I'm not even really completely a gold skull. I just have gold plating.
No.
It's
yeah.
actually bone. It's mostly bone. I'm mostly bone by weight, I think.
And you only want to eat gems.
Yeah, I want to eat gems. I'm craving a gem right now. Let's find out. It'll be a little science experiment. It's
besides,
a scientific
well,
method. You make a hypothesis, put the gem in my mouth, and then see if your hypothesis was correct.
besides
Wow.
necromancy, what was coming off this thing?
Enchantment.
I'm gonna lean over to Mortee so that the skull can't hear, and I'm gonna say, do you have any way to like fake something looking like a gem, like an illusion or anything?
No.
Oh, disappoint.
You're pretty short for a bard. What's your name, by the way? My name's Yaka.
Nah.
Yeah. I wish. Well, it hasn't really slowed me down that much. I mean, that's always been my greatest talent. Do you have any talents at all? Like any? Having a body's not a talent. That's racism.
And she has rainbows.
Look, let's do this. Let's have a singing contest, and the winner gets all your gems.
I'll decide who the winner is.
We could pull out just one gem from the dragon horde. Like,
Yeah.
He looks at that gem and he goes, "That's not. I can't eat that. That's not." He as best a skull can, he squints at you. But he says that's not really a gem. Like it looks like a gem, but I mean that's a control orb. That's a demon or something. I don't fucking know. I mean, yeah, no, a big demon, a huge like a Balrog. That thing controls like a massive Balrog that lives on the 4th level of this tomb.
this thing is so full of shit.
I think it wants out, but there has to be a reason. I think I agree with Kelly.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyranny.
I I'm very curious what it does with.
Can we just take him with us?
Oh, you
I
don't
don't-
have a choice, lady.
Wow.
I mean,
Sassy.
I really want to see him eat a gem, and so Morty.
Wait, I have another idea. Before you feed him a gem.
Why is everyone? Do you have to like do jumping jacks before you eat a sandwich?
Yes,
What is?
I would
what
like
is-
to see a skull do jumping jacks.
It jumps up and down. It even does a flip.
Close. Didn't quite do it though. I'm gonna lean over to Mortee and be like, "Well, what if we go put a gem on that dead golem's body, and then let the skull take it from him, in case."
It takes over whoever feeds it the gem.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think giving it a gem is gonna be the worst thing.
Oh,
in the
it's gonna
world.
make me less hungry, and that is a good thing.
No, what if it?
Why? How can you be hungry? You're ahead.
I don't know. How can I be ahead? I'm ahead. How can I be talking to you right now?
Maybe
Magic. It's magic. A wizard did it. In particular, I think a lich did it. I think I could tell you his name.
But why should I care if you're hungry?
Yes, I'll die of starvation, and then I'll hunt you.
What if he's the
Then I will hunt you as a ghost.
Hey, wait. What if he's the doppelganger in the
The
letter?
doppelganger, do you think that I would pick disembodied skull as my form? I could be literally anything I want to be, and I would pick floating skull, annoying and adventuring party.
No. What if we give you a gem and then you're the doppelganger? You.
But we'll watch it.
transform.
We'll watch him just transform. Like that's not how the doppelganger works.
I don't know. I'm just saying something doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So Morty will root
Withholding
around and find like a
food
ruby
from a
or something.
hungry civilian is what doesn't seem right to me.
You've been doing just fine so far, Mr. Yaka.
Yeah, I haven't had to verbally spar with you lot, so I was conserving energy like a spider hiding in his web.
Nayana asks Wonga what we should do to shut him up.
Wongo probably doesn't like him. Wongo probably would be like, I don't know, but anything, oh my god, make it stop talking.
Yeah, Nayana's like, I wish
Try
I could
hitting
let
it,
it
try
stop
hitting it,
now.
try hitting it, try hitting it.
How does Obalaka feel?
Obalaka is probably pretty mad that Folly did this.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Orias is too, even though he's
Yeah, regardless of the flaw, right? Like you just like
Oh, fuck.
What?
Yeah, well, no, Orias said that was gonna be his
Oh.
next test. You don't know when that test was gonna happen.
guys.
So
I have an
Wongo,
idea. I have an idea. It's called Feed Me Gems. It's called Feed Me a lot of gems.
freaking ass. I don't like you.
No one likes you,
Actually,
I do. Guys,
and you're no one. So
Okay.
can we just shove this
Got
to
her.
the side of the
hear what he said.
Yeah, you're no one.
So Morty's rooting around in the bag for a gem, and he happens upon, and this is just me being stupid, the scroll of remove curse that he already figured out without copying it off the scroll, and casts the scroll of remove curse
Ah!
at the head.
Nayana's furious with Morty
Wait, why?
because this guy's a jerk. We don't want him in.
I'm
our
trying to
team.
get rid of him.
he's trying to get rid of him.
Oh.
Remove curse.
Okay, so you cast remove curse off of the scroll, right? So the scroll turns to dust. So you start to cast, and it takes a couple seconds, right?
Yeah.
And so he comes over and he's like, "What is that? You're some kind of wizard. You're casting a spell. Oh, that's And so you cast the spell, right? and this golden skull falls to the ground, clangs against the stones.
So it was cursed, guys.
Wow.
But that was like someone's annoying spirit.
I mean,
Seems like
it was super annoying. I was pretty done with it.
So what happens to the spirit at that point? Does it come after us?
If anything, it's it could have just.
That's true. That thing, man.
And if it was a spirit, it just went right back into his phylactery, anyways.
I just don't understand why something that would hurt us would be behind a hidden door.
Because this place is all traps and games.
Oh.
All right. Well, it looks like Froghemus around the hall or across the hallway. You want to go deal with that?
But what thing on this warning points you to Froghemoth?
I say we go with only a jewel can tame the frog.
So you think that a second level warning is useful on the third level?
Yeah.
There's also 4 big paintings on the walls that I haven't described to you guys yet because you haven't come in the room yet.
That's my theory right now. I don't think I'd act on it until we go investigate that room.
I think that we should go back up and try and find, look around for secret passages to find the Froghemoth on the second level.
Start with that.
Yeah,
I don't mind that. The spirit inside of me doesn't mind that at all.
Second level?
Yeah, because we know what's here now.
Yeah, you guys got some exploring in.
But I feel like we saw everything over here.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how much there is to.
And you guys probably have a feel for the shape and size of level 1. So the big black areas on your map, I mean, that's not metagaming to think about like the sort of empty space.
Yeah.
Well, there's no doors from this room that's covered in wine. We have the down, and then this thing probably led to something. But
yeah.
What do you want to do?
He wants to jump down into the Almirage room from level 2.
What was the warning on that one again?
what was the what?
The warning. It said into darkness descend.
Yeah.
But wait, is it? You can see down there, like it's not dark.
It's super duper dark if you don't have devil sight.
Yeah, only Ian can see down there.
Oh, okay.
I don't, as an elf.
You have normal dark vision, and so it would actually be even creepier to you that normally you can see in darkness, but you cannot see.
Okay.
The spell of darkness. Well, the only thing I can think of would be to search the 3 rooms for hidden doors. This room.
You guys have a pretty good feeling about what hidden doors look like now. You think you could do this search relatively quickly with, you have to go there though.
Right. So if we want to do what you're saying, Mortee, should start with looking for doors because we know we're going into Darkness Descends. We've seen that room already.
Yeah, I think that. And yeah, I think that's. I think that's the right decision.
All right, let's start with this room.
Cool.
Actually, I also want to go back and look at the wine room now that we've had another dawn.
Yeah. Okay. So pick one first.
I mean, this one's closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So as you search around in this room, you find that there's very obviously to you at this point a secret door right here.
Ooh, found one, guys.
And as you guys are all in this room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you.
And,
So
and
as
the horde too.
yeah, you mean your group, all
Yeah.
your boys. So as you're messing with the secret door, Arias finds it and he calls. As soon as he's about to kind of call back to you guys, oh guys, I found it. There's a sound like a little pop, like a static, and appearing in the middle of all of you guys, right over Folly's right shoulder, is a golden floating skull. And he says, that is called commitment to the bit. Right there. You fall down to the ground. Everybody sees you. You even put a little dent in the gold plate. That right there is called being.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
It looks like a bow, but it's just a skull, right? And he says, I really, really am with you guys forever. So,
Oh God.
To be honest, I was kind of hoping that spell would work too. But just in case, I decided to roll with the punch, make a big comeback. We are gonna have to. By the way, I accept tips in gems. Secondly, we're gonna need some bigger magic, I guess, or you and I are gonna be friends forever.
Yeah, I'll pull out a red gem or something from the Dragon Horde.
Cool. So you got gems. You know that gems are often used in different denominations. Generally, they start at about 10 gold. There's like a 25 gold gem. There's a 50 gold gem. It's like there's a standard cut. Obviously, like you would weigh it and figure out how much a gem is really worth. But you can kind of quickly identify the value of a gem by looking at the standard cut to it, right?
Yeah.
How much gold are you getting? What kind of gem are you gonna go?
Real small. Let's
get 10 gold gems, probably about as small as they get.
Yeah, let's do a 10 gold gem.
Cool. So you pull out a 10 gold gem and you throw it at him and he chomps down on it, right? And gems are hard, but his teeth slam down on it in the air and it is just turned to powder. And he just goes, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I want you, as a treasurer, to write down that you have fed 10 gold to Yaka.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, Yaka's on a page of my inventory now.
That is a good gem. And it's gone. Like it's vaporized once he bites down on it.
Is he like a familiar? Like we can ask him to go do stuff?
You can ask. I'm probably not going to do it though.
I don't think this skull is going to do anything we ask. Except it's going to give us a hard time.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys found a secret door.
Yeah.
This will be a good place for us to wrap up. You see, as you open the door, this cobweb-filled passageway. This passageway through, that looks like it hasn't been entered in a long time. And there's a little table halfway through. Halfway through, there's like an arched alcove, and there's a little wooden table. And sitting on the table is what looks like a clear glass wine bottle, but like very ornate and almost like a blown glass like bottle, like a oversized perfume bottle, maybe like something really done up and fancy looking, with a glass stopper in the top of it. And standing inside that bottle is a miniature woman with blue skin. She has gemstones woven into her hair, She's got a topaz belly button ring and platinum armbands, and she is leaning up as close to the edge of the bottle as she can, looking at the door that's opening and the light that's spilling in from you guys.
Or if it's covered in spider webs, that means nobody really ever goes in there.
Yeah, you get that feeling, but there's definitely a blue-skinned woman in this ornate bottle who is desperately trying to see who's coming in.
Okay.
And like the other one, it's tiny size, right? Or is it?
Yeah. Like which other one? Sorry, she's tiny size. The bottle's like an oversized, like maybe like a wine bottle. What?
The lantern girl.
Oh, like the Starfallen. Yes, in miniature. This she might be like about the same size as Starfallen. Yeah. The Starfallen speaks. You can understand her. She says, "What? No, I don't. Never seen. It looks like a. Is that a djinn?" And the blue-skinned woman in the bottle opens her mouth, and it sounds like the sound of crashing waves, or two rocks grinding against each other, or gemstones falling, clattering against each other. There's no language. Actually, what languages do you guys know?
Celestial.
Common,
You know
Elvish, giant.
You know
And primordial and celestial.
Aquan, common, and elven.
Yeah, so you guys are having a hard time understanding. It's almost like there's words there. The two of you that speak the primordial dialects, Aquan and primordial, there you get something to it. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot with the body language to figure out she's saying, "Please open the bottle."
I have common, elvish, giant, goblin, and druidic.
Yeah, so this is weirder than any of that.
Polly,
but
don't you have something that you can understand all languages? Well, she's saying, "Let me out," I guess. But
yeah, and then she does. You cast tongues, right? Yeah, so then you can understand her perfectly. And she says, "Small one, the bottle, release me." She kind of looks down at herself, and then she like laughs a little bit, and she's like, "It's temporary. It's temporary. Open the bottle, please. Open the bottle." Yeah, that's a history check, Arcana check, history or Arcana, whichever you like more.
I'm gonna do a religion check on him too.
Yeah, that's not bad. You guys might know a lot about gens together.
yeah.
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 So Mortee's gonna lay some knowledge on you. Your knowledge of this is similar, but you've always heard it in song. Right? Like you don't know exactly how true it is because they're like tall tales told in songs. But Mortee has a little bit more. They're elemental beings. Many of them live on elemental planes, plane of earth, air, water, that kind of thing. They're immensely powerful, although there are more powerful ones than others. And wizards will sometimes summon and sort of make deals with them. Well, it's one thing to make a deal that's mutually beneficial. That's polite. But other times, they'll be captured until they forcefully make a deal. And like at the top end of like the tallest tales, the craziest stories, they've granted wishes. But that would be Mortee would be like, that's not like par for the course at all. Like a wish spell, maybe there's gens that can cast it, but it would be rare, like a human that could cast it.
Okay. Let's find out why she's there.
And as you're talking about this too, the spirits that you guys have in you, especially Moa, is warning Mortee. Moa would say, "This, it could be worthwhile to make a deal, but to not break any bargains with a djinn."
You mean don't double cross the djinn?
I would you shouldn't double cross anybody, but you really don't want to do that here.
Well, we could say we'll let you out if, and then bloody bloody.
I could go the skull of Yaka. I could go for a glass of gin right now, but actually gems, a gem and tonic. Hook me up with a gem and tonic.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
god. Okay.
Arias grabs the skull and throws it across the room.
You throw the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it clatters against the ground and then crack pop. It appears to the right side of Folly. It says, "Wow, you can throw like pretty okay, I guess."
Thank you.
Wow.
I believe what he says. So
Yeah. So what do you say to the Jen? She sighs and she says, you're not gonna let me out from the kindness of your heart. You're not gonna because I've been imprisoned in this bottle for decades." She goes,
if we let you out from the kindness of our hearts, how would you help us from the kindness of your heart?
she looks like pained as she's unraveling these sapphire strands that are woven through her long braided hair. And then she takes out this belly button ring that she has that has a topaz in it, and she puts all of this mass of jewels into her hands and holds them out, and she says, "I can pay you."
But we really don't need any payment.
Yeah, we don't need payment. We just need help.
Yaka is like, "Whoa, look at those gems! That
All right.
looks delicious."
Yeah, that's what we did.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't why you. That's cool. Kindness is cool. I like kindness.
Can I
I like
stuff
kindness more than
the cloth in
stupidity.
Yaka's mouth?
I think that we should let her out and make a deal not for gems but for something else.
Protection?
Or maybe just some more magic or
All right, Caster.
She says, "Travel. I can take you anywhere in the multiverse. I could take you to the greatest cities on the elemental plane of Earth. I could take you to the 9 hells if you desired. I could take you anywhere that the gods can see. I can go."
Do
how
you,
about the river Styx?
Soulmonger?
Wait, can we find out what
The river Styx, bro.
we
She-
need to
she-
find
she
out
said-
what happened to her.
Yeah, she says in mortal tongue plane shift. I can plane shift.
can you take us?
It's trivial to do. I can do this for you.
Can you take us to the Soulmonger?
If you can describe to me where you believe it to be.
Wait, can we figure out what happened to her? I just want to know why. Why?
She curses, "A Sararak. He summoned me as a plaything, hoping to harness some potent power, fuel one of his wicked wishes. When I wasn't able to produce the miracles at the size that he required, he locked me here.
What was he asking for?
Wish. To rewrite reality."
So Serac himself is not capable of casting wish.
Oh, I'm sure that he is. It is a particularly taxing spell for a mortal, if you call him that, to cast. And this does, like, you've heard stories of wish that each time you cast wish, there's a chance that you can never cast it again. That's like in the spell description of wish.
Oh, that's right.
So someone like a Sararak perhaps could cast wish, but if he could get one for free, he would.
Gotcha.
But she says I am quite mighty, but not quite there. So I apologize. I can perform no wishes for you.
How could you help us in how could you help us to beat a Sarac?
She says, I mean, would not travel aid you if you know where your enemy lurks? You could go anywhere. You could raise an army. Surely the armies of men would rally to your cause, righteous warrior.
We don't know where he is.
Wait, I can locate him.
Could we call on you whenever we wanted to use your travel?
She says, if my alternative is being left here, I can follow your company and provide a plane shift when you so desire.
Is that all you have to offer? Is plane shift?
She like seems like frustrated or like she says 3 is how this usually goes, right? You want 3, and she puts the air quotes up, wishes. I can't.
And bottles do.
I can't do wish, but I can do. And she rattles it off. Detect evil and good. Detect magic. Invisibility. Tongues. Gaseous form. Stone shape. Phantasmal killer. Pass wall. Conjure elemental. Earth elemental only. Wall of stone. Move earth. And plane shift.
So she's
I will cast 3 spells for you if you open the bottle.
Guys, I think this is a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
I will follow you around. I will follow you around for up to a 10-day and cast 3 spells for you. At the end of a 10-day, I will plane shift away. This is my final offer.
Yeah. And with that, Mortee will pop off the top of the bottle.
So she puts into like a little pouch at her hip. She puts the jewels that she had taken off because she didn't have time to put them back on. And as you pop open the bottle, her legs swirl into a tornado, and she erupts out the top of the bottle and becomes large, like a large creature. She's squeezed into this tiny little alcove, and she says, let's see. She says, where's her? Yep. She comes out and she says, Keshma al-Wazir is free. The Jinn are here. And she looks down at you and she says, as agreed in our bargain, I shall follow you from a distance and cast magic on your behalf 3 times. Or if a 10 days should pass and you still have not used my magic 3 times, I will leave. This is the deal, the generous deal of Keshma al-Wazir.
okay.
She just sits there in the corner. Just her legs are like a swirling tornado, and her upper body is like normal but large. And as she looks down at you, and she says, "Well, on with the adventure, I suppose."
Nayana
Sounds good.
asks, how long have you been trapped in this bottle?
127 years, I think. No clocks in here, though.
I'm gonna grab the bottle and put it in our bag.
Yeah, it's an art object in its own right. It's probably worth 20 gold.
Nayana's like, don't you want revenge? Don't you want to hurt the person that did this to you?
I want to go home.
So do all the other souls down there.
So does it look the other end
Is this an appeal that my desires are on par with mortals' souls? It isn't close, little man. I am a djinn.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's be friends.
we have a contract.
Yeah, and we're good with that. At the other end of the hall, does that look like another trap door?
It's
Or-
totally a secret door, and we will talk about this room next time because we're a little late. But there is a giant salt pentagram in the middle of a room, a sarcophagus in the middle with 12 tiny grung statues all on top of the sarcophagus.
We don't want to
Oh,
ground, but you're right. There's the frog.
Oh, and also I want someone to remind me too. There is in this room a skeleton with his head. His skull is fused to a iron cube, iron square.
Mm.
He reminds you of one that you saw up above, but this one has a square,
whereas the other one had what?
a triangle.
Oh, okay.
I missed that. What happened?
It was in the sewer when we first came in. We like looked down into the sewer and we saw it, and it ran away, and then Folly went down and shot it. Or Tyranny.
It's another thing like
With
that.
a triangle.
Yep. Cool. I will paste Keshma Al Wazir's spell list for you, and you have cleverly bargained your way into 3 casts of hers.
I think that's rad.
Oh, by the way, happy early birthday, Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, happy early birthday. So, are you doing Guildhall on Friday?
Yeah, I'll probably go. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. If we're gonna say they're raging till 2 a.m. or anything, but I think after work I'll go up there and just hang out. And if anyone wants to come by, that's cool.
To Guildhall tomorrow
Yeah,
night?
yeah.
Okay.
But if people don't make it or whatever, that's cool too. I can come back and play video games, and we can do something later. We have a Halloween party coming up. I have a vacation middle of the month. I'm not like gonna be like sad and lonely on my birthday or anything. But
You're going to Mexico?
I am. I'm going to Cancun.
Wow, that should be fun.
Yeah, not as long as I'd like, but it's good. It's 5 nights, so.
That's perfect. Don't get bit by Zika.
Do we have
Don't
a
get
off
bit
week?
by Zika. Yeah, unless you want to move it. That's not till the 18th though, so I'm here next week too. So
Okay.
we'll schedule done. Cool guys, that was fun. Yaka's gonna be really fun. I gotta remember Yaka. I gotta remember Keshma Al Wazir. I got a whole bunch of characters now.
Yeah,
It
our
is still like-
posse's getting big again.
Yeah.
Yaka was the best. I had a lot of fun playing Yaka.
I miss
Oh,
the other Yaka.
I
to be
can't
honest.
believe you touched it.
I
I'd rather
can.
have the other Yaka.
I loved the remove curse because it's specifically like, remove curse doesn't remove it doesn't do it. But so when you started to do it, I was like, how am I gonna I don't want to just be like, it doesn't work.
Man, I felt so stupid with that when I saw that in there.
You have it in your bag.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure. If you had used it on Orias,
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't have had it in the future. So
Yeah.
I would have had to learn it still. So it's cool.
cool guys. We'll talk about this big salt pentagram and what happens in Ning Ning's tomb and this skull thing next session. See you guys.
Okay.
Thank
So-
you.
Thank
GG,
you.
thank you.
Bye.
Right.